Good evening. This is CEN, the Collective Entertainment Network. I am your GM, Mason, joined by my players John, Rose, Ray, and Nost, as we return to the world of Asraya, a world of our own making. But before we get to that, first off, I want to thank everyone for the last minute change up last week due to scheduling mishap on my end, which led to our CEN running the gauntlet by CMCC Builds. Which, if you guys are interested in that sort of thing, please, by all means, go check that out. I'm sure there's a bunch of other runs of that too, also floating around on YouTube. So check them out, give them a like, give them a subscribe, all that fun stuff. I also want to take this opportunity to announce that with the start of September, possibly even next week, depending upon how quickly you guys go through this today. Hopefully you shouldn't go through it too quickly. But as soon as next week, John will be taking over the GM slot and will be leading us through a campaign module known as Odyssey of the Dragon Lords by Arcanum Worlds. This is an epic Greek-themed game that takes place in the world of Thylea, a world where even the gods are bound by the oaths they make. I'd also like to say, if you get the opportunity, check out our Dragonflight mini-series because there's a little bit of a tie-in from that into that. But with that, just a smidgen, nothing really important, just honorable mention practically. But with that, join us as we continue our story and write the fables of Azria. A woman, dressed in purple and red silks and wearing a headscarf that fails to conceal her rich red hair, adorned in coin jewelry of various kinds, a red mask, gilded in silver, covering her face. She plays with a set of Taroka cards on the table, and behind her, a window displaying the night sky. Opposite her, unwilling to sit, stands a man. No, not a man. The six-fingered hand that grips the back of the chair is clawed and covered in white fur. His clothes of fine noble fashion do little to conceal his powerful build, and are nearly as immaculate as his glorious mane of white and gold hair. This Leonin wears an orange mask gilded in bronze, his red predatory eyes glaring into the fireplace behind his chair, as if irritation alone could fuel the flames. To the woman's right sits a ghoulish attendee, an orc, if he could still be called such. Nearly his entire left side has been covered in metal, plates bolted through flesh directly to bone. Though his face is covered in a gray mask gilded in steel, over half his exposed head has been replaced with metal, the sound of whirls making it clear that he is in fact part machine. Through one of the eyes of his mask, an ominous yellow light watches the other attendees. Behind him, a display of armored suits and taxidermy animals, as seen through the various ages. At the head of the table, between the woman and the Leonin, sits a figure, man or woman, no one quite knows. though for simplicity's sake we will call him a man. He sits at the table wearing black leathers with gold fittings, the hilt of a few daggers visible amidst his attire, a black cloak with golden edging concealing any notable features about him. He wears a black mask, gilded in gold with sharp angles, giving an almost owl-like look to the mask. A portion of his mask is shifted around his mouth as he enjoys a cup of tea, but no lips are visible, not even eyes through the holes of his mask. The Leonin looks towards the empty chairs. How much longer must we wait? I have a kingdom to run. A kingdom, darling, the woman says. Last I heard, your family only rules a single city. Last I heard, you lost an entire city. Now, my dear friends, the Black Mask speaks. We're not here to criticize each other. We're here to welcome a new player to our table. I don't approve, the Leonin says. I do. It has been long since we have had new blood among us. You mean when you joined? Such a spectacular failure you turned out to be. And how long have you been carrying out your plans, dear one? Silence! The Black Mask voice resounded. I will not have our newcomers see us bickering with their arrival. You two should take Gear's example to heart. Dead and unable to act without a puppet. A loud whirring sound comes from the orc, to which the Black Mask nods. Well said. Regardless, it appears that our new player is here. A heavy door opposite of this man cracks open in the dark, briefly revealing a starry sky and shallow black ocean as a new figure appears. Slight and graceful, his footsteps make no sound as he walks up to the table, his skin alight with a swirl of neon colors. A deep elf, his short-cut hair shifting between a few colors before settling on white, and upon his face a white mask with golden gilding on his face. It is my deep honor to be able to join this game of yours, he says as he takes a seat. By my estimates, you've already been playing, the Black Mask responds. You know the rules. What do you wager? Through my position, I wager the future. I can already see the future, darling. It's not much of a wager, the woman says. No. I offer the future of your choice. I know the futures that you all seek. I can keep them from happening, or I can help bring them to fruition. A pause fills the room. What pieces do you intend to use? The newcomer pulls out a piece of paper which magically moves across the table. The man wearing the black mask picks it up, starts to read it. You're not the only one who has claim to these pieces, you know. They are nevertheless my choice. And if they choose differently, I will bet my future on them nonetheless. And we fade from this scene, returning to our heroes. The road has at last brought you to Central City, the doorway to the Imperium from the Freelance. You have agreed, for the time being, to assist Jacob Smith and his lord, Marquis Vel Ibrath of the Southern Province, in escorting a small family of elves into his protection against some mysterious organization that seems to be behind human trafficking rings of some kind. But first, of course, you must enter into the Imperium and make your way to Storad, where Jacob's lord intends to meet you. Yet as you arrive upon Central City, and let me take you to that map on our Roll20. Oh, I missed my dog. Yet as you arrive and begin entry into Central City, there is quite a bit of hustle and bustle. There's an excitement in the air. Something seems to be stirring. Something seems to be happening in the city. As you now find yourselves at the northern gate, the world is yours. What do you wish to do next?
So you said this was the gateway to the Imperium. Which is it? Is it the Freedland Gateway or the Imperium Gateway? Like, are we technically in back home in the safe world, or are we still in the lands of chaos and iniquity?
So the Freelands, Central City is basically this last big city before there is a passage off of the plateau down towards the Imperium. You, being an actual Imperium soldier, know that there is a checkpoint, of course, not far off from the southern edge of this plateau, where the soldiers of the Imperium typically double check, check for any contraband, that sort of thing, because you're coming into the country. Um, Central City is more or less this massive. First off, it's the biggest city that you guys have seen, at least here in the Freelands. It is massive. It is huge. It has been built around what was originally a fort meant to defend the Freelands from the Imperium. Um, and it has since expanded to where there's almost this miniature plateau that has this city that has risen up around it. Uh, but as far as like Imperium, you're not quite in the Imperium as of yet. You are. This is sort of the entry point to the Freelands slash the exit to the Imperium.
That
I
means we're
got
still
you.
in the land of freedom.
Yep.
You hear that? That's the sound of freedom, Captain Caspian.
I'll just be happy when we're back to the sound of plumbing.
It'll be a good mixture from our time on the road.
What a spectacular city.
And you're still just at like the entry gate. There's quite a bit of hustle and bustle. It seems almost like looks like there's people who are putting up decorations. There's a lot of cart activity coming in. There seems to be something going on in the city. Um, though as of what yet, you have no clear signs as to what might be going on. At least not from here.
I go towards the party or whatever's being set up as the party. I just navigate right there.
All right.
Beeline. Huh, I wonder what this is, and it just take off that way, just strolling. Not fast, just like strolling, kind of, oh, I wonder what this is gonna be.
Oh, also one more thing. Almost forgot to mention this. Yeah, you guys are definitely looking forward to like plumbing, to being able to properly shower, all that sort of stuff. Caspian, you have a headache that has been bugging you um, all morning, possibly, dehydration, that sort of thing, maybe. But you guys have free reign in this city for at least right now. Right now, I have you guys right where that marker is on Central City. You guys should be able to control that as well. I just realized I never gave you guys control of that mask. Uh, way too many sessions later. Um, but yeah, do you guys start heading into the city?
Oh yeah, I was going
Absolutely.
straight towards wherever the party's gonna be. Center of the decorations.
All right.
I would like to stay 30 feet behind her because fireball range.
Just in case. All right. As you
um,
walk deeper into town, yes.
I was. Sartaros was going to ask the Ray doesn't remember the nobleman's name that we're with.
So
Hey,
you guys are with Jacob Smith. He
Jacob.
is an attendee. He's a retainer, essentially,
Yes.
of his lord, Marquis Vel Ibra.
Yeah. Was wanting to get the package delivered and safe before he went and did any other exploring.
It will still be a few days. We have to make our way into the Imperium lands. Curious as to what's going on. Hopefully it's nothing too big, otherwise they might close the border.
We could always sneak across.
I mean, that is definitely a possibility, but we have no reason to hide in that regards,
We
right?
should. All right. There's no. I don't think this is any issues. This is decorations. This is celebratory. But if we find a place for the packages to rest outside and quietly, and then we can figure out what's happening.
There's some settlement on the south side of the city. Might be able to find a cheap place for them to be able to stay.
Cheap place people bought. More expensive place they honor the value of secrecy.
We might want to then find a good place for us to be able to, call them down from uh, Caspian's friend, so they can land, and we will need to walk them into the city then.
Caspian had talked about a parade. This looks like a parade city. Given all the decorations, we could just land the giant bird on top of Rouge's theater and make a big show of it. Grand entrance and whatnot.
True, that might. I mean, that might go a little unnoticed. Well, it might be noticed and unnoticed in the way that it might be expected. Um, I suppose if you think that's wise,
I was just going
Captain.
with Caspian said.
Captain Caspian is viciously assaulted by a pixie.
Yeah, pretty much.
um, but regardless, you guys are heading into town. Are you guys calling Argento down from the sky before you go into city? What are we thinking? Are you calling Argento down into the city?
I think we should call Argento probably some ways off and have them walk inside, probably as regular people. Do we have anything that we could? Actually, there probably help we can concealed. Theros,
Oh,
I
so
like the idea.
disguise kits.
This guy's skits would be helpful, and we should definitely see if we can find a place to put them in. Like Sir Theros' idea, we should definitely see if we can find a place, probably where probably they won't be questioned, and we can make sure everything they're safe and sound.
Sometimes the best place to hide someone is right out in the open. Perhaps we could disguise them as human nobles.
Perhaps. Though, I mean, they certainly have enough finery that from when you got close to them
Shopping.
on Chandé, yes. Um, and to be honest, if there's something going on, if it's a festival, maybe it might be a good way for them to be able to relax.
Fun.
Yes. I mean, I'm all in favor of secrecy, but that it's a 15-year-old girl and 20-year-old boy. They might want to get out and stretch their legs for a little bit.
I'll keep a great eye on them, I promise.
Pogo speaks up, and I could maybe spend time with them and keep an eye on them.
See,
This
that's a
sounds like a
great
wonderful
idea.
sense of responsibility. What initiative you've shown by stepping forward and taking on this great responsibility by yourself. Good on you.
Yes. Stands up a little bit straighter. Still only like barely comes up to anyone's chest, really.
Here's some spending money for the carnival. Go have fun.
Okay. Give him some change and see. Um. All right. So the plan is to call down Argento outside of the city and bring the elves in.
Yep, Caspian does that really loud whistle that I will not subject you guys to. And Argento comes down and hopefully somebody will explain this to them in their tongue.
I
If
look
not,
at
we're going to
Phelan.
be playing charades, and I'm not going first.
I look at Phelan. He speaks Elvish.
That's as I do. But I also believe Pogo. Wasn't Pogo also one to speak Elvish as well?
Bogo can speak Elvish. He took Elvish as a course.
All right. Well, Pogo can definitely do that then.
All right. Pogo goes and he starts talking to them. He talks to I don't know if I've mentioned this before. The boy's name is Fulwin, and the girl's name is Lamtora. Um, but he
Would you be
goes
so
and
kind as to spell those for us?
I shall put that into the chat.
All right, the boy. All right. Oh, okay, that's how you spell it.
Mm-hmm. Phelan, you would have heard that her mother will sometimes her mother and her brother will sometimes call her Lammy.
Lammy. Okay. What an adorable nickname.
But regardless, you guys call them down. Explanations are made and information is shared. Pogo promises that he will stick by their side very closely, which Fulwin seems a little apprehensive about, but Lamtora seems very excited about. And you guys gather yourselves and you start making your way back in the city, unless there is anything else you guys wish to do before you enter.
Nope, just gonna help them kind of see how I can kind of get them through without too much notice, and then assure that they get set up properly.
Okay. Is anyone proficient with a disguise kit? I know that was
No.
mentioned. No.
No, but we can use the disguise of gold to get through anywhere.
I
Okay.
have disguise self
I could give it a shot
as a
without
spell.
proficiency, but I mean, I don't have one,
I'd
and
probably
I'm
be pretty
I'm
good at
I
it
I'm
just
more
know. I
myself.
just
proficient
heard
in
that that was mentioned, so I wasn't sure if someone had a disguise kit or had that proficiency.
No.
Um, which case you guys make do best you can, trying to be a little bit more concealing of them. More about like body positioning at this point, kind of blocking them a little bit from view. But you guys begin entering into the city, into the town, or the city of Central City. Um, as a reminder, Freelanders are not very creative when it comes to naming stuff. As you walk deeper into town, you begin to notice people are at work, putting up banners, decorations. All manner of excitement seems to be filling the air. On one such banner, you see written in large, flourishing letters. Yes? Okay. In large, flourishing letters, Feats of Valor Festival, with smaller writing beneath it, sponsored by Presto Changer's Potions in collaboration with Dendrite. As you guys are pushing into town, Caspian, I would like you to make a perception check.
31.
Okay. Um, as you are looking around, you still have this like gnawing headache. It's not heavy. It's like just that right level where it's too weak to really be considered pain and worth complaining about, but just enough that it's annoying the hell out of you. Um, and as you are sort of like dealing with this, you're looking around, you're on a little bit on edge, you're aware. You spot uh what looks to be a gray uniform and a familiar head of brown hair. Someone very, very familiar. Something foreboding. And as you see the head turn, you see a pair of eyes that shouldn't be alive. As you see a smile come across this person's face as they duck down an alley.
I'm just going to say to Theros, I'm going to say, "Come with me," and I'm going to start moving in that direction.
Okay. Theros, do you go with him?
Yep.
Okay. You start making your way towards this alleyway. Caspian in the lead. Caspian, as you look down this alleyway, you see just like the heel of a boot and the flick of a gray coat disappearing down a corner at the far end.
Yeah, I mean, who was it? Was it someone from my past or someone like?
You're pretty sure it was Marcus.
Don't I have his head in a bag? Who's carrying that?
I am.
She lost it again. At this point, I'm actually going to be using my flicker steps to move even faster. So like
Okay.
I'm just vanishing and appearing.
Theros, you see Caspian just vanish, literally as he's looking down this alleyway.
I'm just
Uh,
teleporting as fast as I can.
he's gonna be running as fast as he can go.
Okay. How much does this boost your movement speed if you're using this flicker step?
It doesn't. It just teleports me,
Okay.
instead of running. So like I
Okay.
won't be slowed down by like obstacles and stuff because I'm just doing the nightcrawler thing.
Gotcha, gotcha. You teleport down this alleyway. You get to the far end. You see a little bit more of his shape as he um turns, kind of starts going around on a curve. As you're following after him, Theros, you are chasing him down. Um, Sort of doing your best to keep up with him because he's no longer moving. He's just vanishing from sight as you are chasing after Caspian.
Did I? Could I have had a chance to see this person, this flicker around the corner?
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
But with the telepathy while we're doing this, I'm going to say it's Marcus somehow. Maybe not flicker step. It's phase rift. That's the one.
Oh, okay. So you're okay.
It's my teleporting cantrip.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. As you just start vanishing through space into this thing, chasing after him. Um, what'd you roll as far as a perception check, Theros?
Uh,
19.
19.
You do not see anything. You are aware, but also Caspian's a good bit ahead of you, and Caspian's like leading the way here. By the sound of it, Marcus might just be slipping out of sight just before you're able to catch up.
Well, if I can manage to keep eyes on uh
I'd say with an
on Caspian.
I'd say with a 19, as you're chasing him down, you're able to keep up with a Caspian. And Caspian, as you're running after him, there's a couple more of these like close calls. There's ones where as you're chasing after him, you turn one corner, and this other corner, which is like 10 feet away, you see him just slipping behind it as you are chasing after him. Somehow he's staying just out of reach. Theros, you are running after Caspian best you can, dodging through some of these alleys around these houses. You guys jump through a yard at one point, and then you come to a dead end, and there's no one.
Yep, I'm going to sit and I'm going to say that shouldn't be possible. And as Theros runs up, I'm going to look and I'll say it got away. I want to know why some doppelganger is pretending to be Marcus.
Are you are you are you sure it was Marcus? Holy crap, you can move. Why are you sitting? You're not tired. Stand up.
Yeah. Well, the trick is to just step between. That's the real trick. But it's I saw him, and I don't know what's going on. But ever since we've met Marcus, my head has been throbbing. In between what happened in Demiurge and what's happening now,
Let's,
Theros, I think I might be losing my mind.
For perspective on the map, you guys are roughly here.
jeez.
Or if not, then someone is doing a good job of gaslighting me into thinking that I am.
Didn't
It's a
didn't
very interesting place on the map there, Mason.
Yeah.
didn't you Didn't you say that this guy had the powers similar or like akin to yours in some way?
And then I'm going to telepathically reach out and I'm going to say, yes, he could do this.
Well, maybe it's something he learned and you haven't figured out yet. Or someone he knows.
He was talking about someone, but I was too busy conjuring cyclones to pay attention to the name.
Goddamn fire tornadoes.
Well, maybe Miss Sienna has figured that, remembered that one.
Oh no, we left her alone.
You left me alone with Pogo and then the two kids.
And
And
Phelan.
myself. And myself.
Yeah.
And Hacob.
So
they're gonna burn the city down.
three children, low ambition, and someone who's new to the world. Yeah, they'll still be fine.
Oh, this can be fun.
I do have to apologize to that one lady. I did run over her laundry, and I thought I stepped on a duck.
I'm sorry, but thank you, Theros. I knew the others weren't swift enough.
I trust you. If you saw what you saw, I believe you. But shall we make our way back and figure out what trouble are in?
Yes. Yes, we'll do that. I am beginning to have a nice idea of what to do about this. Yes. Let's go find them though.
All right. You'll have to teach
you
me
guys-
how to step in between one of these days.
You guys start walking back, Theros. You walk back around the corner. Caspian. You hear a voice say, "Next time, leave your boyfriend behind. Just you."
I shake it off and I keep going.
Okay. As you guys start making your way back, Sienna and Phelan. You guys just saw Caspian and Theros book it into town, diving down some alleyway somewhere, doing God knows what.
Are they okay? Did they? Theros, Caspian.
It's fine. I've seen that guy summon a fire tornado. Trust me, the city is worse with it. It's fine, okay? It's fine. If they're in trouble, there'll be a fire tornado. We'll go that way. But now that the fun police are gone, there's just really great beer over here in this ale. We have to go over here first, okay? And I start like just dragging them over to get them all drunk, especially the teenagers. You guys want to have a good time here? We got to go this way first.
Wait, this is normal? And wait, fire tornadoes? Wait, did you say rum? Just falls along.
Yeah, it's like he's like, you had me at alcohol.
And yeah, sure enough, there's this really nice like open street bar. One of those things where it's the bar is literally just all that's there. There's no like internal seating, but it's got a whole bunch of like chairs and stuff set up. There's a couple people who are participating in the good honored trade of day drinking. Um, some people who are having meals and stuff, and yeah, you guys are able to get some beer. Genosha does not allow her children to drink.
I tried. I tell that to them too. I tried.
She makes it abundantly clear that until they're 25, they can't drink.
See you in a couple years.
But beers in hand. Actually, Pogo's. Ray, how old is Pogo?
Teens.
I feel like he's like 18.
Yeah, he's teens. I would put him 18, 20. He's old enough to be a man but hasn't been a man yet, so he's been sent off to become a man.
Learning that. All right. Um, Santa, are you gonna be the fun aunt?
Oh yeah, no, I'm getting them all.
Okay, Pogo has a beer for the first time in his life.
I'm doing that thing that I've seen my family do sometimes whenever I was a minor, which is when the parent looks the other way, I offer when the mom's not looking. Then I'm sure she turns around and it's like, yeah, I tried.
And yeah, no, he starts drinking. And yeah, you guys drinks in hands. You have the city available to you. There's a lot of activity and stuff going on.
Where's
There's
the activity going on? That's where it'd probably be
uh
going, is wherever it looks like the party's gonna happen.
all right, as you guys are moving through the city, I'm on the wrong layer. You guys start making your way, following the traffic. It looks to be most of the activity is moving its way towards Central Square here. As you guys start approach, it definitely looks like there are booths and things being set up. There are tents being erected. The air is being filled with the smell of food being cooked and prepped. Um, Looking around as you guys kind of start getting into this area proper, sure enough, you see many more of these banners. The Festival of Valor, the Feet Fest, as it keeps going on, which is a different thing entirely in some areas. But um, and yeah, there's a lot of activity. There's a lot of things going on. It looks like there's a wrestling ring being set up. There's an archery range being set up. There's an entire area that, if you inquire, they will tell you that it's for a pie eating contest. Um,
Pogo.
and
Pogo.
yes,
Do you like pie?
I love pie.
There's a pie eating contest right there. I don't know when it starts, but I feel like you need to do this.
Are we gonna be here for when everything gets started?
I
Are we
hope
gonna be
so.
here?
I hope so. I feel like this is your call. I feel like we need to do this.
This is this is my moment.
It is. You got to do this. You got to win.
Yeah,
What is you?
I gotta
What do
win.
you win?
Theros needs to participate, and then I need to kick his butt. Though Theros can eat a lot too. Hmm.
Why don't you have this one? You can do this one.
Yeah, yeah, I can do this one.
You can do this one. You got this.
Yeah,
You can do this, Pogo.
I got this. I can do this. Yeah. And he starts talking in Elvish to the other elves, and Folwyn seems to be interested.
See, you guys got this. You guys can eat that. You guys
Yeah,
can do
we can do
this.
this. We got this. Feat as in like feats, like feats of strength, not feats as in that thing we can't show on YouTube. um, but yeah, no. As you guys are here, you see all this activity going on. There looks to be a couple people who are kind of supervising, but most predominantly, most vocally heard are what appears to be. Uh, oh, that makes more sense. Yes, yes, it does.
I was gonna say these freedmen just got a whole lot more weird.
Everything is free, including feet. Um, but most predominantly, what you the kind of the people who you see seem to be calling the shots here. Let me move them to the layer so I can give you a look.
Ooh, fancy.
Yes. This gentleman, once he loads, you see a well-dressed, very dapper man, like just as he's portrayed, very large top hat, very charismatic as he's going around, a smile plastered on his face as he is giving directions, giving encouragement. Even it sounds like going around, and he seems to be the man most apparently in charge, giving the most directions. Not that far behind him is this fellow. Carrying a clipboard, appears to be a dwarven man, kind of a white grayish beard, dressed very similarly, very well, very fashioned, and has his head mostly pointed down towards a clipboard, keeping track of various numbers, a schedule it seems to be. But these guys seem to be the gentlemen who are running the show, or at least are pretending to call the shots.
I go up to them. Those seem like the guy in charge. Does this look like the same tat or cane that I saw with the one guy in the tunnels that was following us around Demiurge or following me around Demiurge? Same guy or no? Different
I
guy.
would say no.
Okay.
Like that one was a very much like a dark wood cane, that sort
Yeah.
of thing. This one is very brightly colored, very brightly colored wood, much lot more gentle, a lot more softer in color. It's like, yes, man, now make sure you're all lifting with your legs. We don't want any injuries tonight. After all, you won't be able to participate if you are too injured to even get up. Yes, young lady, what may I do for you?
I was wondering what time the festivities started.
Oh, well, of course, the festivities. Have you been here before? Have you been a part of Feet Fest?
Feed Fest? No. Central City? Yes.
Ah, marvelous. Well, this is a long-standing tradition. Every once a year, it is a pity that you seem to have missed it. You have the look of you of a Freelander.
Mm-hmm. I'm from farther
Ah,
north.
I can always tell. Duck Valley?
Yep.
Eh?
Yep.
Eh?
You know the one.
I have the most utmost respect for their patron, Lord Anati. Hallowed be his wine. Uh, but in regards to our festival, yes, this is the Festival of Valor, the Feet Fest. It is the grandest and most greatest festival in all the land. And it's going to be even more so. I am Mr. Presto, and I am the sponsor this year. But as far as when things begin, well, as all great festivals do, the fun begins when the sun sets.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Mr. Presto. I'm Sienna.
A pleasure to meet you, Lady Sienna, and may I introduce my partner, Hold Hammerhoff. Dwarf sort of nods at you and then goes back to his clipboard.
Are
We
you
have been
from around
partners.
here?
Oh, of course. Yes, yes, yes. Well, I've recently reopened up my business. I used to be a little bit on the southern side of the city, running my own little potion shop. Little charming thing. But now it's bigger. As I have recently moved in the shop, actually not that far away, just a few streets down that way. Take a left, take a right, and it's right next to the tobacco shop.
Really well
But
placed.
oh, of course. Now, uh, of course, insist you and your lovely group of friends. Oh, you have quite a group of friends, quite a bit varied people. Is that a tabaxi? Oh,
There's a few more of us actually. They're off perusing the city.
well,
Probably.
I insist that if at all possible, you and your lot come to the festival, and as a free sample, he kind of flicks his wrist and he holds a potion appears, which he hands to you. I'd like you to roll I believe it should be a D6. Yes.
3.
Three. One, two, three. He hands you this very fiery colored vial. The liquid in there seems to like sparkle, seems to almost there's almost like a pop to it. You get a feeling that this there's cinnamon. There's probably cinnamon. Uh, but labeled on the side, it says fiery charisma, the gift of gab, and a delightful spicy syrup. A free sample. We'll be giving plenty of them out, and there'll even be some of the prizes for tonight's festivity. All sponsored and all paid for by Presto Changeos Potions.
This is going to be a lot of fun.
It should be. It has been a great honor to be especially working with Dr. Corbin Liu from Dendrite as sponsors of this entire thing. You probably wouldn't even need to make a history check on this if you're interested. But Corbin Liu is the leader of Dendrite, which is the only medical slash clinic business in the entirety of the Freelands. They are basically the doctors of the territory. You know that it's always a good idea to make sure you're up on your payments to Dendrite to ensure that you are properly covered for any medical eventuality. Actually,
The only one?
do make a history check for me.
Okay.
16.
16. You know a little bit on the the rumored side of things that people who forget to pay might suddenly mysteriously have a plague come through their town, and oh no, we can't do anything to help you because you're not up on your payments. Rumors, of course. No one would ever say that in public, where anyone from Dendrite might hear them.
I'm never telling Caspian this. This seems like something he would hold over me forever. I'm not telling Caspian this at all.
But regardless, you have this fiery charisma potion. And yeah, he if you stay there and he will continue to encourage you to come to the festival. He'll continue talking about all these various different things. You'll start hearing a story of how like not but 20 years ago he was but a poor child, a poor orphan who brought him like pulled himself up by his bootstraps and made himself into the man he is today, along with the help of his friend Holdhammer Hearth. Who, oh, also was his childhood friend and dearest friend and most loyal compatriot. But he will continue feeding you this story and others if you continue to just stand there and talk to him.
I'll talk for a little bit, and then I'll go off somewhere. I mean, party's not started yet. I don't know where else to go. I'll just look to Pogo and just go, okay, well, where do you want to go?
Well, to be honest, I don't really know. I haven't had this sort of freedom. Phelan, where do you want to go? You're new in this area.
Anything you want to
But
see?
by the time you guys turn around, he's just sort of like looking around the various booths, and he's just like looking what each person has. It's like, huh, this is peculiar. Tell me, how much is this worth? Do I really have to pay this much to participate?
And yeah, as you're talking to some of these people, and for you, this is nuts. Like even while you come from a people of a close knit community, there are so many people here. This is a huge number of people. You don't know how these people survive with this many people in this city. Like, how do they not suffer attack from monsters every single day from this? Um, but there are all these people who are out and about. There are colors all over the place. Not the neon sort of colors that you might be used to in the deep, but pastels. There's foods of all different kinds. People of all different shapes and sizes. Central City is very much a melting pot. There are half elves here, all over the place. There are dwarves, there are humans, there are halflings, there are all sorts of different kinds of people all over the place.
I'm just gathering all this sensory information. I'm just like sensory overload, and it's like this is okay. Wait. What'd you say, Pogo? Pogo? Yes. Sorry, I'm just just
Oh,
glancing and looking around.
is there something you want to go see? I mean, you haven't. You're like you're from like down under. So, is there anywhere you want to go? Like, I need a little bit of time to think because typically I don't really get this kind of freedom. Like Theros either has me training or we're traveling or I'm with Theros. So I'm not really used to having this sort of like not Theros around. So give me a little bit of time.
Uh, sure, absolutely. Give me a moment as well, as he's just like, Lord, how there are so many people. How are there? Okay, how exactly does how is this festival managed with so many people around? How do you guys? Are you guys feel safe here? Without,
No. That's what these are for, and I point to my shorts. No, absolutely not.
it's,
And
I
you
guess
notice just about everyone has a weapon.
Yeah, no, yeah, no.
It's either at least everyone here around here either has at least a dagger, um, but no one's really drawing any weapons.
it's okay. Um, all right. Where what kind of places does your festivals usually allow you to go? What do you do?
I don't know. I've never been to this one. Usually, where I'm from, it's a bunch of drinking contests and a lot of drinking. A lot of drinking. Days of drinking. This one seems like there's food, there's games. I saw an archery contest. I saw a pie eating contest that Pogo's gonna enter. It seems like there's a ton of seems like there's a ton of different things here that we could do. But I mean, you're not really into archery, are you? So I don't know if you could do archery.
It's like I've dabbled in the practice. It is something that I've done, watching either that of my father and some local hunters. Uh, hmm, maybe I could give it a shot.
There's
How
food.
are?
Food's always good.
Well, if you like to eat, it's Fogo. That pie eating competition,
Yeah, the one I'm gonna win.
the one you're going to win. Yes. Uh, do you know if they allow? Am I, since I'm a visitor here, am I allowed to participate with my natural abilities?
You're. I mean, I'd imagine so. I don't see any reason why they would. I mean, I don't know the rules really of this whole place because I'm not really from here. But I mean, I imagine if it's a big, huge festival and this the whole point of this place is that it's the freelands. You kind of do what you want. I'm sure they'd let you play, but you're
Where
gonna lose. I'm just saying you're gonna lose because I'm absolutely gonna win this. Theros isn't participating. I'm gonna win this.
he just sort of like he just sort of looks at Fogo for a second. It's like, ah, okay then. In that case, I want to see if I can partake in this pie competition, Mr. Fogo. And also, I want to see if I can get involved in that archery competition. Where do I sign up? What do I do?
Well, I think it's not gonna really get going until they start going doing the festival. I mean, the sun's still up. He said it starts at sundown,
Mm-hmm.
right?
It's when the sun goes down,
All right, when the
the
sun goes
party
down, yeah,
comes to town.
we'll do that whenever the sun comes down then. But I mean, I'm sure there's other things we could check out. I mean, I hear there's like a Temple of Justice here. There's Fort Freedom, and he's like going through like a visitor's tour
Visit a
guide.
brochure. So
There's a
do you find a
brochure.
brochure?
They were handing out brochures at the entrance. Uh, there's a Fort Freedom. Ooh, they have a theater here. We should go to the theater.
Theater.
Yeah, we should totally check out the theater. Have you ever been to a theater?
Um,
Like we have them all the time, like down in like in Paul, the big open air theaters, and they do all these really cool like romance stories. It's great.
like I have been to like small gatherings of plays and where some of my stories would be told, some of my people's stories would be told. I would not mind to see if I can go. Is that also at night?
We could
I
always go
don't know.
look.
Yeah, we can
Do I
head
know
down
what?
there and we can look.
Do I know what time the plays usually actually occur at Rouge?
I mean, it depends. They might have matinees.
Let's go look.
I think
Maybe
days.
the matinee actually might be a better idea than the darker ones. We should go. We should go look.
And I'd say as you guys kind of make your way south, you bump into Theros and Caspian as you guys are able to sort of rejoin together.
There you are. Pogo's gonna win the pie eating contest, and Phelan is gonna enter the archery contest.
How many festivities here? Oh, where did you two run off to anyway? Was there some other stand that we didn't know about? Something catch your eye?
Chasing a ghost.
A ghost.
Did you catch it? The ghost?
No.
Um,
Oh,
did we know in the city how close we were to that one building that was on the map? Would I have noticed that? Like, I don't know what.
The theater.
Yeah.
The theater's a fairly large building, a very ornate, a very artistically designed. Um,
So
if you've ever been anywhere like in a deep like downtown in a very artsy city, you understand exactly what I mean.
hard to
Yeah.
miss.
But yeah, no, it's definitely one of those. I would say you'd be able to see it probably over the heads of some of these buildings. It's a very at least elongated building and also fairly tall.
Well, then I'm going to tell them what happened. I'm going to look at them. I'm going to say, I saw Marcus, the breath stealer, running through the streets, and I chased him as fast as I could manage with all of my considerable talents, and he was still on the edge of my vision until I was led to an alleyway next to the Rouge Theater of Arts. Isn't Rouge the one that we suspect is attempting this extortion kidnapping case?
I mean, I don't know about that part, but I did tell you some things about that place that their extracurricular activities that seem a little suspicious to some.
Yes,
Illegal
we
and
were
other.
afraid that they were behind it.
Yeah, they do a lot of questionable things that would be considered illegal, probably, and not the freelance.
Would they be above having doppelgangers posing
I
as
don't,
ex-enemies to separate our group for some
I don't,
purpose?
I don't know what that is. But we're going into Rouge. They want to go see a play, so I guess if he's there, you'll see him.
I'm a fan of direct confrontation and facing my problems head on. If I have a problem, how wise would it be for me to do that and ask them what they're planning?
It really depends on who you ask at Rouge.
Everyone.
Oh, I don't think everyone at Rouge actually knows about Rouge's secret side.
Yes, but if I ask everyone, then someone will know.
Someone's probably going to find you if you start asking everyone.
It's called the shotgun effect.
Yeah, no, people are going to start looking for you at that point.
I think they might already
Okay.
have.
They already are looking for me.
Oh, well then it's perfect because we're going there. So I guess you could talk to him then. Really? Marcus though?
Yes, isn't his head in your pocket?
It's in the other bag, but yeah. Pocket. No, he's in the bag. In the
So,
box.
And I'm going to flash that gem in my eye, and I'm just going to imprint the visions of what I saw over to Sienna and Phelan.
I'd say that's easy enough. You guys see that that from his perspective, even those flickering sights of Marcus in this a grayish uniform, almost like a grayish trench coat, even with tails and all that fun stuff, flickering, just keeping just out of sight, like just little bits here and there, almost teasing.
And I guess while I'm printing that memory over, you would see what it looks like when I step between places too.
So what does it look like when you step between spaces?
Um, it looks like falling through a hellscape.
Okay.
And there are great, massive beasts. Um, Great, massive, tentacled things reaching out towards you as you fall through this red, orange, and yellow empty space with a great burning star nearby.
And that is what you see. Do you also share this with Theros?
I would ask Theros first.
But I would like to see what you saw.
Then I will spin the PowerPoint and do it for him too. So one, two, three
All right.
times.
So and you guys now all have seen this vision, Marcus, bits and pieces like flickering, but Leighton looks at his face. At Phelan, you this probably doesn't impact you quite nearly as much because you never met Marcus, but you recognize features of the man whom you saw was dead, whom you saw they removed his head. Um, you recognize some of those features. You realize that is probably a living version of that guy. And that is also a thing to note. He did not look like he was dead or injured or anything. He looked perfectly fine. Only difference being that he seemed to be wearing a gray uniform.
this. How do you explain this? Just seeing the dead walk. Well, then again, we've asked the dead, but I guess this isn't too far fetched.
If I could explain it, then I would have. I don't know. That's why I think it's a doppelganger some strategy to trick me. I'm unsure, but I'm on edge, and I hear it constantly in the back of my head.
You really should just relax. You hear?
I really should just relax, but I can't. The thrumming, the, it's like drums beating. Wait, and I'm gonna like sit up and I'm gonna look around.
Don't see anything nearby. At least nothing out of the ordinary. It's not like the whole world went black.
Have you slept well at all?
I think maybe this Friedland water's poisoning me.
Perhaps it's best you should lie down for a bit. If it's
Where?
well, let's see if we can find an inn or something. Perhaps we can. Theros, didn't you mention that we should find a place for everyone, especially for that of the some of our cargo?
I do yes, we should find a decent place. That way we can... A place to go after apparently Pogo wins a pie eating contest.
Yes,
You're
I'm
not
very
allowed to
excited
play.
about it. Also that.
I was hoping for something more strength-based.
Oh, I think they have a grappler pit or something. I saw them. I saw a lot of jars of oil and a lot of dirt.
Sounds fun.
All right, so if your intention is to find an inn, I don't have a specific inn. I, for whatever reason, didn't think of that. But there's quite a few inns throughout this place. There's a lot of travelers who come through here. There's a lot of bustle going on right now. So I will say, if there is a particular area of the city you wish to stay at an inn for, if you want to, it's like stay on the north side, south side, east side, near a particular building, you can probably find an inn nearby.
Something
I
central
mean, my vote.
to... Something central to the theater, the central square, something nicer.
I'd say easy enough if you guys want to find something that's kind of near the theater, central square, all that fun stuff. Um, Guys are able to find find a inn actually really not that far away. Surprisingly, not that far away from an alley you guys just ran down. Um, at very upper end, and I'm going to be honest, very high end. Um,
Perfect.
Staying here because it is a higher end thing. Staying here, I will require 2 gold per person. Because
There's...
it is perfectly located.
Do you have a penthouse suite?
Yes, we can provide a penthouse suite. It really only is situated for at most 6.
Will be
You
fine.
seem to have quite a group. All right. Well, the cost for that is 20 gold a night.
How long?
With that, breakfast is provided for you and suite. We can send liquors up. Also, if you are so inclined, you can have attendees through the night. Uh, but that is, of course, up to you. That is a service that is provided and covered by the cost of your room.
Very well. To the group. How long are we staying in town?
I looked at Jacob because I actually don't know.
I
Well,
think we should aim for
uh,
3 days.
3 days, you think?
3 days might be good. Uh, it'll give them a couple days to be able to relax. And quite honestly, you all seem very tense. It might be a good idea for you as well. Plus, the border likely won't be a lot. If they have a festival going on here in town, the borders to the Imperium is probably going to be closed from the freelance for at least a day or two. Festivals make great opportunities for people to be able to do illegal activities.
Very well. We'll stay for 3 nights.
All right. Well, that will be, of course, 60 gold. We can also provide additional bedding if need be, and I'm going to assume that all of you aren't going to be in the same bed.
Yes.
Uh,
That
We will have your room ready for you later on this evening.
very well. And Theros lays down 100 gold and
Thank
walks away.
That is most appreciative. Thank you. Especially when the room cost was 20 gold.
No, he's paying in advance and tip.
Oh, right, right, right. Okay, that works. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, thank you. Do you require any recommendations for places to visit? We can, of course, if need be, get you situated with some tickets, perhaps, for the theater later on this evening. Well, of course, there's the festival going on. We can probably get that for you for tomorrow evening, if you prefer.
Yes, my squire Pogo and his friend Theophelin wished to go. Discuss with him, add it to the bill.
Of course, of course. And yeah, you guys have tickets for the theater tomorrow evening if you see fit to have that.
Excellent.
With that, is there any other locations you wish to visit, or any other things you wish to do or accomplish? There are still other things. There's areas outside of the walled city. There's areas in the southern portion. There's the totally legit warehouses. There are the Earthforge Manufacturing, Temple of Justice, Fort Freedom, of course, with three exclamation marks.
The
Like
manufacturing.
I'm quite interested in the manufacturing
Mhm.
and the totally legitimate warehouses. Um, the manufacturing, is this company at all related with the company that sicked a killer robot on us on the road?
Yes, the very
Uh,
same.
Killer robot.
Earthforge
I got that one.
Manufacturing is indeed. They are run by. Let me get my info up.
Yeah,
Please tell me I put that's on this doc.
yeah, Sir Theros
I'm gonna
still
find
has
out.
like the eye of that thing in his pocket, and he plans on shoving it up someone's
Someone's posterior cavity.
through their mouth.
Uh, Give me a tick. I did not think to have that available. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. All right, where are you? Revenue. Yes. So Earthmorge Manufacturing. That is one of the five great companies in the entirety of the Freelands. It is run by Throssel Earthforge. You would know this, Caspian. Earthforge weaponry is illegal in the Imperium. It cannot be shipped into the
Oh,
Imperium. It is considered too dangerous and violent.
Oh,
As
that's
a
right. I wanted the cannons for the carriage.
as a note to my players, which I will put this onto the Discord. While you were here in Central City, advanced weapons, as described from the Grim Hollows World campaign setting, can be acquired here. And I will allow you guys to take proficiency in a weapon that you purchase. They are 500 gold per weapon without any additional enchantments. However, if you guys, and I also say this to anyone watching, check out Grim Hollow stuff. It's freaking amazing. Their advanced weapons have unique features to each of these weapons that allow you to do interesting and awesome things. Earthforge within this world is the only one who produces the quote advanced weapons. They are not allowed to be shipped to the Imperium because they are considered too dangerous and they are considered too complex to be able to be mass produced. Um, but these are things that are available here in Central City. Like I said, I will add that to our Discord,
What time of day is it?
okay. I might be
or I'll
purchasing
find a
one.
good shop.
I was gonna say I think I'm about to sprint over there. What time of day is it?
It is probably about 2, 3 o'clock in the evening. You guys got a couple hours before you get over to Feet Fest.
Okay.
Which where in the Discord did you put it?
I haven't put it in there yet.
Okay, because
I actually want to get a. If we can, I'd like to get a shop set up on our Discord for just for the stream stuff. Uh, I will get that on there later. But for right now, if you guys are interested in an advanced weapon, I will also say this grants you immediate proficiency with that weapon. Um, Mark off if you happen to have it 500 gold. We will get that taken care of off stream. because it's a lot of information to go through if you aren't already familiar with them.
We see that goodie bag.
Oh, there we go. Asraya Advance Shop. I will get that
Yep,
added on
I'm
there
putting
right
it
away.
together now.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, I made the room so you could just throw it in there.
Thank you, thank you. But now the real question is, where did I hide that dock? All right, that is now in the Discord. But with that, you are right, of course. Sienna, I almost called you Eritrea. Wrong campaign.
Speak too early.
Campaign too early. Sienna, yeah, that is the place where you would want to be able to go to be able to, if you wanted to get upgrades made to the Iron Carriage.
I'm going. I'm
That
going.
would
It's
be
like,
the place
wait,
you could go to.
wait, it's only two? We have time. We have time. I'm gonna go to the Earthen Forge. I'll be back later, guys. Caspian, when you were looking at the carriage, you don't happen to have the specs on it, right? Off the top of your head? Okay.
No, and he seems distracted.
Okay, I'll be back. I'll figure it out. I got it. I think I have it memorized from the last time. It'll be fine.
Jacob can also come with you, considering he's the actual owner of it.
Yeah, I actually might need you, and I look and forgot. I probably would have forgot Jacob's there. You know what? You should come with me. This will be
Right.
easier if you're with me.
Oh, okay, I'll come with you. So yeah, he goes with you. Um, you were wanting to see. Okay, so as you approach Earthforge Manufacturing, uh, externally it doesn't quite look like what you'd expect. On the outside, it looks like four buildings that are brought together in close proximity. However, you do notice that somewhere in the midst of them there is what looks like a some sort of heat vent. You see smoke rising up into the sky from some space in between them. Um, but that is because you, being a native, knows that Earthforge Manufacturing, besides being the name of the actual, owner, their forges are underground. So this is a company that believes it's better to build down instead of up. So their actual manufacturing facilities are built downwards through the plateau into the ground.
Interesting.
But yeah, no, you and Jacob approach. Doors are open. There are a couple people who are milling about. There looks to be an internal shop with all sorts of various weapons of mass murder, and you definitely would describe it as probably mass murder.
That's how to describe it to
There
Jacob
are
too. Is, oh look, weapons of mass murder.
there are some things in here that look very simple and are put in like a display case. And as you read their description, it's like, oh, this looks just like a cannonball. That's not a cannonball. That's a chain. That's a chain cannonball that explodes into tiny spikes that then detonate.
I look to
Oh
Jacob. Can we get that one? That one.
no, that's 2,000 gold per ball. And there is a wide variety of expensive things. Honestly, the cheapest thing in here is the advanced weapons at 500 gold per item. Um, there is of course also an attendant at the desk. There's a couple people in here, and you see a portrait of what looks like a completely bald-headed, clean-shaven dwarf. No facial hair or head hair of any kind. Proudly looking upwards, beam of light descending upon him. And underneath a plaque that says, Our founder, Strassel Earthforge. Yes, is there anything I can help you with today? Are you looking for something?
I believe this belonged to you, and he hucks it at him. The
Okay.
eye.
Oh! Ooh! That's... was there any more of it?
Yes, but I don't think he carried it. It was quite heavy.
Oh, well, that's no worries. As long as we get this part. Do apologize if there is any trouble. I believe this is the. Looks around on it. Oh, oh, it was the version 0.18. Oh, I'm very sorry. Very
Why? It
sorry.
was
That's
fine.
very. It ran away years ago. It's been causing trouble all over the place, and it keeps moving to different planes. It's very good to know, though, that someone was finally able to put it to pieces.
Does that mean there's a
Thank you
newer
very
model?
much.
Is there a newer model?
Does that mean
I
there's a
am not at
reward?
liberty to say.
Does that mean there's a reward? It did almost kill my squire.
You know what? Let me check. Goes and steps behind the desk, starts flipping through some paperwork, some binders, and eventually comes out. Yes, here we are. Um, Drone gone amok. Various people killed. Run away from facility. Facility cancelled. Ooh. The initial reward looks to be it was going to be a free testing or free training through their testing facility. However, they canceled that a few years ago. Um, as compensation, I am at liberty and able to grant you uh a on the house advanced weapon of your choice. Just a
Excellent.
single weapon, just a single weapon for returning the orb. If you wish for any other additional ones, that will have to come out of pocket, but we are, of course, willing to compensate you by providing an advanced weapon.
But are there other ones we could fight?
I am not at liberty to say.
Yeah. Mm. Okay.
So, with that in mind, we won't necessarily be able to compensate you, of course, today. We are closing early, so that various persons may, of course, attend the festival. However, if there's any other ordering you wish to do, or you, of course, may look around, check and see if there's any weapons you are interested in. We will be open first thing tomorrow morning at our traditional hours of 4 a.m.
4 a.m. That's
Yes,
exciting. We can come
we are.
straight from the festival.
Oh, of course, absolutely. If you wish, we'll have some people who will be coming straight from the festival. They might be a little drunk,
I
so
would hope
just
so. It's a festival.
just give them a little bit of a breather. From what I heard, they got a fantastic shipment of wine from Duck Valley. I don't know
Really?
if you. Yes, they brought, from what I heard, just crates and crates of the bill,
Do,
which you would know. Sienna
Yeah.
is a stupid joke wine
Yeah.
where they would come to your table and say, "Would you like the bill?" And they offer you the wine bottle. A ridiculous at-home trick, but everyone actually really likes. It's really good wine.
do you offer armor here? Or is it just weapons?
Unfortunately, our business is purely in the weaponry business. We would, under no circumstance, wish to step on the toes of Madame von Chaudet. However, they do, I believe, have a shop in town, and of course, they have their extended offices over at Fort Freedom. You will find offices for most of the major merchant businesses over at Fort Freedom.
Could you take a weapon and make it advanced?
I suppose it might take a few days, depending upon the weapon. Are we talking about an enchanted weapon, perchance?
Perhaps it depends on price.
Well, as far as it depends upon the strength of the enchantment. Do you happen to have it with you?
Uh, just reach over and grab Pogo's short swords like right out of his scabbard with one hand and put it down.
Like it's lifted up with you for a moment and slides off of them. Oh, well, these are not enchanted weapons, but I would, of course, we'd be able to make do with that. We'd be able to turn these into advanced weapons for you if you'd prefer. Um, is that what you're wishing to use your free advanced weapon on?
Not exactly. That was a group effort. We should decide as a group, but it's more. I would just figure out to make them sharper. They may one added edge, if you will.
I see. Well, we have a list of different modifications we can make. He hands you like a small brochure, which again, check out the Discord, the cheat sheet I made.
He's
Fun
asking.
fact, I made
He's asking
yeah,
for a +1. Nothing
plus one.
crazy.
Oh, he's asking for just straight up enchantment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'd be able to do enchantment. We would absolutely be able to have these enchanted. That'll be over to our enchantment offices, and we will, of course, can make that happen.
Price.
Well, we're doing both swords. We can probably give you a bit of a discount. Normally, a base enchantment like this would be, for us and our facilities, we'd be able to manage that for about 400 gold, but you're bringing two, and of course, in compensation for what you've suffered, we can bring that price down to 300 gold per sword, if you'd like.
That's a good price, but I think we will. It's not that this is good or anything. I just think we should figure out how much the festival's going to cost us first.
Of course, of course. As I said, we will be closing early. We will be open as early as 4 a.m. tomorrow morning, and we will, of course, be able to take care of you.
Yes.
Oh, of course, and takes out, hands you a coupon for your free advanced weapon whenever you wish to redeem it. Was there any other business that you wish to attend to?
Do you have mounted weapons?
Of
Like
course.
cannons?
Oh, of course. Use them all the time. Fort Freedom is actually covered in all of our advanced weapons.
Ooh.
Truly, it is the greatest fortress the world has ever seen. Caspian isn't there. Did you have a particular? Were you looking for a carriage mount or
Yes, a carriage
horse
mount,
mount?
actually.
A carriage mount. I see.
A
Well,
concealable carriage mount.
ooh, well. Do you happen to have the carriage with you?
I look to Jacob and ask for the dimensions because I don't have the carriage with us.
He provides the necessary dimensions of it. It's like, all right, all right. We can have this taken down to our designers. They can probably have a quote for you again, probably as earliest as I'd say probably mid-morning tomorrow, as far as a quote for possible enhancements to this. They'll put their heads together and figure out what would be best suited to your needs. You're looking for something that's concealable. I'm going to assume something that's rotatable as well.
You know exactly what I'm thinking, aren't you? I
Marvelous.
like
Now,
you.
I have been at this for a very long time. Are we looking for something lethal or something non-lethal?
Lethal.
Are we looking for something legal or something illegal?
Does it matter?
Well, yes, it changes the price.
I look to Jacob. That's your call.
Legal, please, legal, legal. I would like to be able to return home. Very well. With that, I think we have enough to go on. We'll have a few options for you come tomorrow, and you'll be able to make your final decision. We'll probably need a few days with the carriage to be able to make any proper modifications, should you decide to go with this, of course. And with that, is there any other requests, any other options, any other solicitations you wish?
She is quite adamant about finding a way to join your field testing unit for those mechanical monstrosities. We were able to take that thing down in, what was it, about 12 seconds? And she feels the need to make sure that your research team has proper opportunities.
Oh, of course. Well, we'll be able to review the combat through the object. through the eye you recovered for us. We're most appreciative of that. As far as if you wish to be one of our testing subject, if you just fill these out. Also, do you have any prior affiliations with any other merchants and or guilds and or companies of specified power and or ability?
None of those three things.
All right. Are you affiliated at all with the merchant group known as the Blood Moon?
No.
No. All right. Um, just see. Nope. 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 You are not at a backseat. Nope. Do you have? Nope. That's where if they're crossing the border. Um, do you have any prior affiliation with any of the merchant lords?
Don't think so,
We
no.
All right.
we met Von Sade once in
Oh, she's a
passing.
lovely woman, isn't she? But you haven't had any, like, direct business with her. You didn't work for her or anything, did you? All
No.
right. All
Nothing
right.
outside of purchasing clothing like the most of folk, I imagine.
Yes, 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 of course. That's not what this counts. This is more of if we need to be aware of, say, anyone coming after you, trying to kill you, someone who might taint our data.
If I tell you and you tell me it's nothing, then it's nothing. If I don't tell you and it turns out to be something, then it will turn out to be something.
Oh, very well, very well. Um, yes, I will add your name to the list. I'm assuming is this for all of you, of course?
I looked at
Yeah,
their
she actually holds our wonderful group name for our mercenary company, right? Wasn't that the word that you used? What was that group name again, Sienna?
Rose doesn't remember. It's been a while. I don't remember.
Oh, if you're a mercenary group, oh, this makes it. I don't even need all this. What mercenary group do you go by?
What was it? I don't remember.
I think he's saying you decide. Unless anyone else has any other good ideas.
I've been racking my brain for weeks on it, and I haven't come up with anything.
Sent a lot in the messenger thing a long time ago, but I mean that was almost like a month ago now. I don't
Yeah.
remember what I put. Or can I scroll
Hmm.
up in here? Is it in this chat? It is here. Hold on. It's in here.
Oh, it's in there. Okay.
I was like,
I was
what? Session one, I asked you guys for a name. Session one
I,
of this game.
I sent it a few times, but no one ever responded to me.
Knights of.
I mean, I would have responded, but I'm the GM. That's not my decision.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, if you're not sure, it sounds like you're a relatively new group.
Yes, yes.
All
Let's go
right.
with that. That's easier to explain.
Greenhorns. All right, we'll have you on there. Uh, unless there's another more appropriate name to which you might wish to be go by. We have it in our system so that Greenhorn is just a temp.
I think that works for now until we can think of something better.
All right. Fire tornadoes.
I swear, you're all obsessed. I
Oh,
do
that's a
that trick
lovely
once.
name. That's a lovely name. I think we had another group who went by that name, only they eventually went to the Ashwinds. But regardless, we have you down, and we will contact you when appropriate for appropriate testing purposes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much then.
All right. With that, you guys leave Earthforge Manufacturing. Is there anything else you guys wish to do before you go to the Festival of Valor?
If the room's ready, I'd like to leave this dismembered head there, but
For the sake of convenience, yeah, you are able to
I'm gonna
go in
say,
there.
yeah, that way room service could find it. That's good.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, luxurious suite. Some of the rooms have been obviously redesigned, reset up to be able to have more than one bed in there. You guys are all able to file in there. It has a beautiful like central room, which is covered in snacks. various cookies, pastries, that sort of things, with a welcome thing, fruit platters. Um, there is even a old-fashioned mini fridge with a giant block of ice in there to kind of help keep it all cooled, and various alcohols, various other drinks. There's a hot tub because it's a fantasy setting. Why the hell? Why not? Uh, it is a perfectly lovely room. Anything else you guys wish to accomplish before the festival begins? No.
Hmm. I want to rush over there and read those rules for that pie eating competition.
All right. As you guys make your way, time passes, and you make your way towards the festival at its opening entrance, which is actually down here on the south side. Quite a bit of a crowd of people have gathered up, waiting. A stage has been erected, um, at which you see once more Mr. Presto standing at stage, chatting up with some people in the front line before eventually the sun sets. He raises his cane and he says, "Welcome, one and all, to the Feats of Valor Festival. This year's festivities are sponsored by me, Preston Presto of Presto Changers, particularly peculiar pharmaceutical potions of preposterous properties and scones. In conjunction with our illustrious co-sponsor, you know him well, and when you're ill, Dr. Corbin Liu, owner and founder of Dendrite, bringing healing to you wherever you are, for a price. But enough about health insurance. Today, as part of our sponsorship, Presto Changeo Potions will be giving the first 100 entrants free samples of our latest vitality boosting, life changing, heart throbbing, eye catching, blood boosting, muscle growing potions. Not sure about taking a strange potion? Allow me to demonstrate. Todd, get on up here and bring your friend. As you see a young man, Todd, apparently, who's a very moderate, muscled young man, wearing what looks like the fantasy equivalent of a wrestling leotard. Struts up on stage. He's showing off as he goes. Walking behind him, at first completely obscured by Todd, is a skinny twig of a youth. Also wearing a wrestling leotard, but trying valiantly to stay hidden behind Todd. Apparently not at all comfortable with this outfit, which shockingly actually somehow looks loose on him. As you regulars know, Todd is our reigning champion when it comes to the wrestling pit. And our other young man here, what was your name, young man? Tater? Really? Tater? Tater here is a long-standing fan of Todd's. Today, at the wrestling pit, Tater will be taking on Todd, our reigning champion, in a friendly exhibition match. But, I'm sensing a little bit of an imbalance here. How about we even the playing field, shall we? And again, with a flick of his finger, another potion appears in his hand, which he hands over to Tater. And Tater, with a little bit of encouragement from him and Todd, Tater drinks. And the results are near instantaneous. His forearms thicken, his biceps bulge, shoulders broaden, and his muscles become heavy. He actually seems to grow taller. Todd actually starts looking a little nervous as the skinny Tater becomes a big spud. Well, you you might not need our charisma booster after tonight, young man. Am I right, Tater? Get up for Tater, everyone! If you want to see it in action, just step over to the wrestling pit in 1 hour. Till then, enjoy the festivities and, of course, free samples. One per person, thank you. We have more for purchase as well as prizes for our various games. Enjoy! And there's a clamor as people surge forward, trying to get a hold of these free samples. Do you guys attempt to get free samples?
Yes.
I have one yes. Anyone else?
I'll throw Pogo
I'm going to
if
help.
I have to.
Pogo's already dashing between people's legs.
I'm gonna help Pogo and Theros get the free samples by having using my fate bending to have some people like trip. and like cause like a tumble so that Pogo could just like walk over them.
Easy enough. As this happens, there's people trip over each other, people in the mad dash. What I actually envisioned happening is, I don't know if you guys have, this probably hasn't happened to any of you guys. I remember one time when I was playing Ultimate Frisbee, I was running behind a friend, and my foot that went forward just gently knocked into his back foot as he was bringing it forward, just ever so slightly, but just enough that his foot came forward and ran right into his planted leg, and he just went
Oh,
down. I had to leap over him. It was great, but that is essentially what happens is these people start clamoring forward. You kind of reach out, you pull strings, and you just see an entire portion of the crowd. Like it starts like a domino effect. Guy tumbles, next person, next group of people scatter out of the way, and Pogo very lightly pauses and then just kind of starts hopping over these people, making his way up to the free sample stand. He is going to get that one.
Like, go
Um,
Pogo go.
Ray, you're getting a potion. You're
Yep.
running up to grab one too.
Why not?
All right, Nost, are you getting one?
no, I'm just gonna watch the chaos.
All right, Caspian, are you getting one?
No,
No.
I had a feeling that something bad was going to happen, seeing us here.
Theros, please roll me a d6. 5. Um, there is a clamor. People are just grabbing potions left and right. Some people needing to get their hands smacked as they try to grab more than one. You grab a sage wisdom potion, like having lived 100 years in 10 minutes, is what it
Nice.
says on the side. At this point, I'll tell you guys actually what these potions do. Sienna, you had the fire charisma potion.
I did.
Um,
I had a good one.
yeah, you got a good one. So, the gift of gab in a delightful spicy syrup. You get a +5 to charisma modifier and advantage on persuasion checks for 1 hour.
Damn.
That's I love that. All my damage is charisma based. I love that.
Yep.
My.
For
It's
you, Sarah,
terrifying.
this potion, Sage Wisdom, like having lived 100 years in 10 minutes. It gives you +5 to wisdom modifiers and gives you advantage on insight checks for 1 hour.
Nice.
So,
Uh,
Sarah, so you planning on joining this wrestling contest?
Absolutely. I'm not going to let some potion juiced up guy win it all.
and
Perhaps I
as
can
you
make a prediction about the outcome.
Perhaps you could.
When the time comes, I will be doing that, DM.
All right. Um, and as you guys are discussing, this huge tabaxi walks up to you. It takes you a moment to realize that's Pogo.
He got
Pogo
one?
had
Oh
gotten
my.
the Jolly Giant's strength. You feel as strong as
Pogo!
10 of you. He has a +5 strength modifier and advantage on athletic checks for 1 hour. As he walks up, and Pogo is now eye level with Theros. His previous clothing, his previous armor is very, very tight on him, but he does not seem to be too bothered as he just flexes and his bicep just ripples through his fur. He is huge. He is muscular. You notice it does not seem to be unnatural muscular. It's not like it doesn't look like his muscles have been unnaturally swollen or anything. This is very like he looks like he's been a bodybuilder for years.
You read
Kind
my
of
mind. I
motion.
was going to ask if he looked a whole lot like the unnaturally swollen muscle folk that we fought at the bandit camp.
Yeah, but no, this looks to be, and same thing with Tater. When he took the potion, it looked like he had been a bodybuilder, like he had been a wrestler for years. It looks almost completely natural. And as you look around, there's a couple other people who they immediately take their potions. There's some people who look kind of mediocre who are now incredibly attractive. Some of these people who you see one man literally pull his glasses off, and it's like he can see perfectly fine. Other people, again, swollen in muscles, various different things. These potions, this is a very intense reaction. These seems absolutely legit.
Yeah, I'm going to look to Pogo and I'm going to say, Pogo, do you remember I told you I saw great strength in your future?
Yes.
This isn't it.
Oh.
There's more.
Oh. Haha.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
I will. Because now you're not taller than me.
Depends on
And
your
he
version of taller.
swaggers into he swaggers into the festival. The two elves, the two elven youths following him.
He's going to be
Lammy
trouble.
is very starstruck watching him.
No.
But the festival is now yours. Everyone is allowed in. It does not appear to be that there's any sort of charge for entering into the festival. There are various different booths and things all throughout here. There is Archer's Alley. There is the meat pie eating contest, which that might be a little bit coming in. But you can still smell the smell of meat and gravy and flaky crusts coming from that direction. There is a game, it looks like, something called Liars and Seekers. Um, and another one which looks to be a game of Dances of Lore. But there are a variety of different games all throughout this place, as well as other like casual like pop a balloon, win a prize kind of game.
Play some
And
carnival
more or
games.
less, yeah, more or less, this is for you guys to be able to just kind of relax, RP, and do silly crap. For a session. A lot of the sessions have been kind of a little bit on the heavier side. So,
I'm running straight over to the Archer's Alley right now, and I'm gonna
all right.
grab Sierra with me, and I'm just gonna drag her along with me. She's been dragging me. That's like, you told me about. That's like, it's like, come on. That's like, you told me about this, and I really want to show you here a trick I used to do. My father taught me this a while back.
All right. You guys make your way
I'm
over to
going to do
Archer's
the same
Alley.
thing for Phelan. And so Phelan will get to add 10 to a dice roll of his choice. And um, he gets, for the next 10 minutes, pretty much it's a portent dice of 14. You can replace a roll with the number 14. Theros, I rolled his earlier. It was like a 6 he can add to the dice, and he can add he can portent 13.
All right. Go ahead and mark that down for each of you guys. But Archer's Alley, Phelan drags Sienna all the way over to the Archer's Alley. This is manned by a half-elven woman who she says, all right, kids, let's gather up. All right, guys, now make sure. Now remember the rules. No using magic. I want to be able to reuse these targets, kids. No, please do not blow up my targets. But if you ain't got a weapon on you for a long range, we got a couple things here. You got a couple bit of selections here. Uh, yeah. You, sir, you and the wow, you're gorgeous. And the young lady, yes. So, hi there. Hi there, glitter boy. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah,
May I
yeah.
have my seat? May I have one of those, it's just one of those bows can I have there for community use?
Oh yeah. No. I got plenty of these bows over here. You know, it's a pretty simple game, pretty straightforward. By the way, my name's Trina Tanish. Pleasure to meet you. She holds out her hand.
Oh, I hold out her hand and I shake it firmly.
Ooh, good grip there. Good grip. Love a man with a good grip. Um, well then, with a grip like that, you're probably pretty good at a bow, right?
Oh, absolutely. I used to hunt with my father sometimes.
Oh, nice man who knows how to get his hands dirty, knows how to provide, eh?
It was a lesson I had to learn quickly. I was mostly just a bookworm. I really didn't spend much time really working until my father took me out one day and said, "You know, son, this is probably something you probably need to learn later on in life." And
Ah, so you're an intellectual sort of man, eh? You know, I've
uh,
read a few books myself, and Oh, but you're probably here to win a prize for your girlfriend here, right?
Oh no, she is
We're not
my
together.
no no. She's simply a friend.
Really?
Oh yes.
Well, let me then tell you about this game, this wonderful game. Let me tell you about the rules for this. So, basically, yeah, I got a couple targets here, and how this works is you call out the target. Let me read through this real quick, make sure I have my rules right. I wrote this up a while ago. All right, so each of these targets, I got a close target, I got a mid target, and I got a far range target. And you see all the way down there at the far end, that little post there? She's like leaning in real close to you. She's like almost touching your cheek. That one post all the way down there, it's got that little bell on it. That's the bell target. You really wanna go deep for the bell target. Uh but
Uh,
basically you'll earn points for each one you hit, get the highest amount of points, and you'll win. You got three shots per participant, so three shots for you and three shots for you. And what you want to do is you're going to call out your shot, which target you're going to hit, um, close, middle, far, or bell. And so mechanically, as she goes on to explain, how this works is you pick your range target. Each target has a set AC. The closer ones obviously have a lower AC. The farthest ones have a higher AC. You get points based on whether you hit the outer ring, inner ring, or the bullseye. Um, if you pick, say, for example, if you pick the mid range, if you roll to hit and you miss the bullseye, but you make the AC mark for either the inner or the outer ring, you get the points for the inner or the outer ring
okay.
for whichever one, the highest one that you beat. If you aim for the bell naturally is going to have the highest AC. The bell is also disadvantaged to hit due to the range. That is going to have the highest value, but if you miss it, you get no points. Goal here is to walk out of here with the highest point value, and you got three shots to be able to do it.
Okay. Excellent then.
And
Okay.
she is very shamelessly flirting with you the entire time, Phelan.
And he is completely focused on the target and the competition. It's
All right. So, do you guys just want to play for fun, or are you guys going to compete against each other?
I,
I'm I'm more I want to cast detect thoughts because I'm afraid that what's going to happen is we're going to get distracted and those three elves are going to vanish. So I am casting detect thoughts to try and gauge the surface thoughts around me, uh, to see if anybody is thinking anything like I'm gonna fucking stab these people, um, or something. And then while that I'm purposefully not watching the contest, I'm going to be watching the three elves.
Okay. For this, go ahead and give me an insight check at advantage. I would say you can make that using your intelligence modifier because you use intelligence stuff for this. Okay. Sure. You are doing that. You are keeping a scan on the crowd. For the most part, what you feel is there's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of people who are almost everyone is thinking about this potion, these different potions, and there's a wide variety of them from what you're able to gather. It looks like there's one for each different ability score. Um, but you are keeping your perception out for that, jumping from thought to thought to thought to thought. While Tiana and Phelan, Theros, are you doing anything before I start with them?
Uh, somewhere in the middle between what Caspian is doing and watching the shooting. He's interested in the fun, but he's also he understands he has a duty to protect these kids.
Mhm. I mean, as you're kind of keeping an eye on the kids too, it's Pogo's with them the whole time. They're going to different booths. Pogo is beating the crap out of some of these games with his new swole body, and you can't help but notice that Lammy is getting a lot more closer to him with each win and each victory, and Fulwin is not liking this, but he's not doing anything. He's just kind of watching this.
He's gonna let that play out. That's teenager stuff.
But regardless, for Nost and for Sienna, there's as long as whatever you're using is a ranged attack, they don't allow magic for this. But it's a different ranged attack. You can use a bow, you can use a crossbow, you can use a short bow, you can use a dagger if you see fit. They have a wide variety of these things set up here, and you even notice from the sign that it is from a local business called Shootin' Barrels. Um, and as Trina finishes introducing herself, she's actually the proprietor. She's the Fletcher of Shootin' Barrels. So this is also a part of her promotion for her own business.
Okay. Let's see. I'll take one of their like community or what they're giving out for a
Oh,
longbow.
hold on. Here, use this one, hon.
Oh,
This is my special. This is my special girl. You got to be gentle with her though. Got to be real
oh,
gentle,
oh,
but firm,
absolutely.
but gentle.
Oh, I will never damage your equipment. You'll have it back in pristine condition.
Oh, not too pristine, I hope.
That's. I just sort of like look at her. It's like, what does she mean by that? As I look over, and I begin to take aim. So it's three targets, right? There's a short, medium, and long range, and
You
then the
have
bell.
a close range, a mid range, and a far range. Each of those ranges have three different rings, so to speak. So
Okay.
there's an outer ring, an inner ring, and then the bullseye. If you say aim for the far ring and you fail to hit the bullseye, you'll go to the next lowest one, which you'll hit. The farthest target is the bell, which is a shot at disadvantage, and there is no like secondary value. If you miss it, you miss it. With the other ones, if you miss it, there's probably another ring that you'll be able to hit. But you got to choose which range you're doing, and then that determines the amount of points you can win.
Okay. I'm gonna go for the mid-range one.
All right, mid range. Go ahead and do you have a? Go ahead and just give me an attack with a proficiency with a dex.
Oh, okay.
So if you
Let's
have a
see.
dex weapon, go ahead and just click that.
Oh, okay. I just dragged the longbow on there, so just
Oh, that
put it
works
in
too.
there. Oh, perfect.
As
All
long as
right.
you're proficient with it, that works. And Sienna, are you participating?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. You went for mid. Yeah, you. Jeez. You pull her bow, pull it back. You let that loose, and no, you get the bullseye on that. So that is 12 points for you. I'll keep track of this. So you got two more shots, Sienna. Go ahead and make a shot if you got a dex-based range weapon.
I do. I actually get to use charisma for it too.
Oh, there we go. You can't use magic on it, but if you have a feature that lets you change the stat, that's totally
Yep.
fine.
Yep, I get to use I use charisma for all my weapon attacks.
All right, are you going for close, mid, or far, or bell?
I'll try far first.
Okay. All right. So, Phelan, as you hit that mid range one, she's like, "There you go, sweetie. That was perfect. That was." You just see this arrow go whizzing past your target and hitting the bullseye on the far range one.
Because I have a ability that's never leave home without it, so I don't even really carry weapons. I just pull random improvised weapons and stuff out of nowhere. So I imagine I just grab something, whatever, like beer bottle or whatever, and I just kind of like just chuck it really
Somehow
far.
it stick. It's a round object. Somehow it sticks into the bullseye. She
Yeah,
just kind
because
of looks back at you like, "How?"
She's like snapping quarters.
I was gonna say, well, because it's like random stuff. It's like I find random objects in books or wherever, wherever conveniently they come across. Imagine just dig in my backpack, pull whatever item I pull out first, and just kind of chuck it up there and hope for the best.
It's it's one of Quinn's old flyers.
Yeah,
Just
there
turn
you
it
go.
into like an
Paper
airplane. Throw
airplane.
it.
Yeah, paper airplane.
It somehow pierces the wood. All right, so that's the first round. Right now, Sienna is in the lead with 18 points, while Phelan's got 12 points.
Okay. Phelan is gonna go ahead and take a shot at the long one now.
All right,
Let's see
going
what
for
happens.
far range or the bell?
We're going for the far range one, not the bell. The far
All
range
right,
one.
go for it. Give me a roll.
Let's see what happens. Oh, that's not good.
Oh, you.
Remember, you got the thing you can add, and you also have a portent dice.
Yep, you can choose to use those guys. You can choose to add, switch the base number of that, or change that to, or add +10. I think it was, if you see fit.
Okay, let's see then. We'll see if we can take the 14 then.
Okay, so that's 14 plus 6 for 20. You're going for the far range one. All right. You fire that out. You're able to hit the outer ring there. Not quite the bullseye, but you're able to get a good chunk of points from whatever her name is. Trina is able to tell you.
All right.
Sienna.
I'm gonna go for the middle. I'm gonna save my last shot for the bell, but I think I'm gonna go for the middle first. Or
All
the
right.
second.
Go for it. Ooh. So you were like, nah, I got this. You try to do a look away shot. You fire it. You look back, and you just see it go whizzing past the mid shot.
Yeah. I feel like it'd be cheating to use fate points on it, so I'm not gonna do it.
All right, final
I mean,
shot, guys.
he used my points.
I was gonna do it on the bell shot though. I was gonna use my fate point on the bell shot, and if it missed, I was gonna make it like bounce off of something and hit it anyway or something. But
Do the
Neat.
Robin Hood thing where it turns in
yeah,
midair.
no, exactly that. Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
final shot. Now this one, if you guys go for the bonus bell, remember it is at disadvantage due to the sheer range of this thing. Um, but make your shots.
Okay. Uh, you know what? I'm gonna go for the bell. I'll go straight for it.
All right, so that's gonna be a shot at disadvantage. I think as you dragged that, it's not doing the disadvantage automatically. So you go ahead and make 2 rolls then.
All right, there we go. All right. Do. Roll that. That's with that. Ooh, it's pretty spicy.
All
All
right.
right.
18. All right. So
I don't even think I have
Phelan,
to use a fate point. Just happen.
Phelan, that's gonna be a 16 to hit it. As you go for that bonus bell, that thing though is so much further than you thought it would be. As you fire that shot and it falls before you're able to reach it. Sienna, you're using your fate.
Yeah, I think so.
You're sitting at a 21. Okay. Now yours was plus what was or no? Yeah, what was yours addition to? What was your plus?
I had 8 with my modifier and proficiency.
No, when she uses the fate point, she just gets to be narrative. It doesn't add numbers.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, no, it just hits. But I don't know if I don't. But I get to do it if I figure it out. Let's see, before the outcome though. Probably do it just in case. But
Okay. Okay. So you fire this shot off. Um, what are you using to make this shot with? Like the first one, it was a paper airplane. Second one was like an actual like crossbow. What are you
I'll
what are
go
you
back to
throwing?
something random out of my bag since the weapon kind of failed me. I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this. And that I'm gonna pick up one of the daggers that I have, and I'll just kind of throw one of those like really, really far because the actual crossbow kind of failed me. So I'm like, nah, I'm just kind of throw it.
You take out a dagger and you hurl this thing. You realize too late. Oh crap! That was way too hard. And you see it as it goes, and it hits the ground, and then bounces as it goes up. And the bell doesn't ring. You actually, it goes knocks up, goes into the bell, and is actually able to sever the clapper off from the inside. So you see it kind of stick there for a moment, wiggle. No sound is made, and then it just kind of drops with the clapper falling out with it, and then the bell itself falls, hits the ground, and ding. And as you just see Trina look like, I don't think that should count, but you hit the bell, so I guess that'll work. All right, let me do this real quick. That's pretty easy. Yeah, with that, Sienna dominates that. Phelan's got a 26 in total. Sienna, the last one is worth 25. The bell is worth 25 points. Uh, but yeah, you hit like, what is that? Like 40, 43? That's 43 points altogether. Sienna definitely wins this. And there is much cheering from some of the people who are being onlookers, all that sort of stuff. But Trina hands you a potion, Sienna. This one is a potion of elvish aim. Which,
Okay.
for this one, hit any target you can see and see them all. +5 to dexterity modifier and advantage on ranged weapon attacks for 1 hour.
I'm gonna hand this one to Phelan and say, "Here, I think this will better suit you."
Oh,
Well,
sick
no,
burn.
I wasn't trying to burn him. I don't use ranged weapons.
He just looks
You
like
need this
defeated.
more than I do.
He just
I didn't mean it
has
like that. I just don't use ranged weapons at all. I don't use dexterity.
It's like I appreciate you. He just puts it in his back pocket. It's like I never knew you had such a gift.
I'm just very lucky.
Yeah, I think so. He just sort of like gives back the Trina the her bow. It's like, looks like I did give back your bow in worse condition.
Oh, it's okay, honey. You can make it up to me later. You know, if you're interested, you know,
I just sort of
after
like
the
look at
festival,
after the
maybe.
festival.
Yeah,
Um
maybe after the festival. You
uh
know, take the girl to dinner,
oh
maybe.
sure, if you wish if you wish to be taken out to dinner, I'll be happy to.
Oh, I wish to be taken out to dinner.
Oh, absolutely. You need not ask me. I am also new to the city. Perhaps we can bond and talk some.
Oh, I'd love to bond. Would really and talk. Love to bond and talk.
Oh,
Anyway, all right, kids, let's gather around. Let's get the new ready. Just give them a hand. Yeah.
Does
sort of like wait.
Phelan seem like he understands what's going on?
It's like these are absolutely wonderful people. He just turned to see her. I
He
didn't
just doesn't
understand.
know.
I didn't even expect them to be so friendly.
Oh.
All right.
Sir Terra says they walk away from that. He's gonna put his arm around Halon.
Say, I feel like this is a you thing, Theros.
As I do believe Stiano's not going to be the only winner tonight.
That's like, are you competing too?
No, just go to dinner. Trust me.
Oh, oh, I see. Oh, okay. Another I see. Okay, I'll get another chance. Thank you. I did not know that.
You should score easily.
It just sort of like pat Theros, like under a mutual understanding.
He walks away, and Sir Terra says quietly out loud to himself, "He doesn't understand."
With that, there are additional places you guys can go and check out. The meat pie eating contest is coming up here now.
Yeah, yeah, we should do that.
Caspian, as everyone starts making their way over, you once again hear a voice coming to you. You know, keeping watch is just kind of boring. You know, maybe we should, you know, go do something. You know, maybe there's some place you could buy me a drink. Maybe find a nice place for us to be able to talk, chat. Nice dark alley. You can head back to the room if you want.
Keep watch on our guests. I feel the need to go for a walk.
Who do you say that to?
Whoever's next to me. Might not even be a party member.
You see this little boy who's holding like 2 ice cream cones. Like, what? Oh, uh, okay, Mister. I'll keep an eye out on him.
And I'm gonna walk into an alley
Okay.
and explore that.
You make your way into the alley. The rest of you begin making your way over towards the meat pie eating contest, I assume. Unless you guys are wishing to check out one of the other things over here. Some of the major events are Liars and Seeks and Dances of Lore.
No, I'm gonna go support Pogo. I want to go
All right.
see.
You guys make your way over to the pie eating contest. Thalen, are you participating in this?
Absolutely, he is. He wants to make sure he knows all the rules and before he tries something out.
All right. You guys go and you make your way over there. Pogo is already over there. He is at one of these tables. He is flexing nonstop, and you notice there's a couple other people who definitely seem to be flexing around nearby. But Pogo seems to be the only potion bodybuilder who is participating in this. There's a small crowd of teenage girls too who are oohing and awing at him. First and forefront is Lammy, who's kind of looks a little nervous with all the other girls around her, but she seems very supportive of Pogo as he keeps winking at her. But as you go and you are led in, um, currently playing notes. Interesting. Uh, but as you are led in, you are led over to a spot. There's a lot of activity. They're like, all right, so we're gonna make this really clear to you. It's gonna be a lot of food here. If you throw up, you cannot sue us. Also, there is no food poisoning. It's not caused by us. Understood?
Understood.
Pretty boy, pretty elf boy.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I
understood?
get.
Okay.
Yeah,
You look like you were zoned out there for a moment. Okay. You can't be doing that. This is a serious competition here. Okay. This is
yeah.
pie eating contest.
Oh,
Can't zone out.
Absolutely. I'm bringing my A game.
All right. Good. Now, are you emptied? Are you clear of everything? You haven't been snacking, have you? Don't tell me you've been snacking.
No. I haven't been snacking. I'm good. I'm
All
empty.
right. You're not gonna make it in this if you've been snacking.
Okay.
All right. Now remember, your goal is to eat as many pies as possible as quickly as possible.
Gotcha.
What is the goal?
Okay.
Tell me, what's the goal?
But eat as many party pies. Eat as many pies.
That's right. That's right. And you're gonna do it. You're gonna win, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna do this.
I want you to hear you say it. I want you to hear you say I'm gonna win.
I'm gonna win.
All right. They walk off. They join the crowd. You don't even think they're part of the competition. The rules of this are pretty straightforward. So,
Cards and hype, man.
this is going to be all right. So, this is run by Hearty Pastries. The area is filled with the delicious smell of meats, gravy, and flaky crust. Various people are standing at different tables. Each competitor, as the rules are explained, each competitor must consume a minimum of 5 meat pies to be able to qualify for winning. The first one to eat them all without losing their meal becomes the winner. How this is going to work is each round you are going to make a constitution check. And it is going to add up. So if, say, you make a constitution check and you roll a 15, we're going to write down 15. Every cumulative 30 points, you have successfully consumed 1 pie. At which point, you make a con save. It's going to start off at a low DC, and it's going to get higher with each pie that you consume. The more pies you have in your stomach, harder it's going to be to keep it down. So, if, say, you roll a 15 for it with your Constitution modifier and all that fun stuff, you write down 15. If your next roll you get a 12, you write down 12. That puts you at 27. You roll then a 5. That'll put you over 30. You've consumed one pie. Points don't carry over to the next pie.
Okay.
Understanding?
Okay. All right.
Okay. Theros, Ray, I'm going to have you roll for Pogo. Pogo has a +1 modifier to his Constitution score.
Okay.
So whatever you roll, add 1. All right. DCs goes up with each pie. You cannot start the next pie until after you've made the save. And we will deal with the pie conquests if we get there. All right, first round comes around. A pie is laid out in front of you. Go ahead and give me Constitution checks. I will try and keep track of points.
Absolutely. Before I do, I have one question.
Yes.
They didn't specify I cannot use anything at all, like such as magic or my natural abilities.
You get the sense that if you were to, say, use your magic on the Constitution save, you probably would be a no-go. But if you are thinking of a transformation or anything like that, that seems to be fair game.
Absolutely. I want to transform Allosaurus.
All
And I
right, you become an Allosaurus. Should be able to drag that token out, right?
absolutely, as I will drag this thing out, and I will be twice as big as I would be, as I'll just be
There's
as
a
something.
bit of screams as suddenly an Allosaurus appears in the middle of this competition. But as you start digging into the pie, people realize, oh, that's clever. Oh, okay, cool. He's not here to eat us. He's here to eat pies. All right, go and give
Alright.
me a Constitution check, Phelan.
All right, absolutely. And just to double check, this is based on my own or based on the creatures? Creatures, right?
It's on the form you're in. So if your creature has a higher Constitution score, then you use that.
Oh, okay. All right then. Let us begin.
All right. And naturally speaking, the Allosaurus takes the lead, reaches down, doesn't even have to take like a couple bites, just chomps into a portion of this. You kind of struggle a little bit with the shape of the mouth because the pie's not designed for your size, but it's kind of a little bit of a tossing issue trying to get it down. But you're able to get this points down. Pogo takes to this with a vengeance. Not going like for big bites, but
Pogo gets an 8, Sir Theros gets a 15.
Is Theros? Did Theros hop in and
Mhm.
participate?
He's friendly competition with
Okay.
his cousin. He can't not do it.
All right, Theros has the 15. Pogo has an 8. You said.
Yep.
All right. Go ahead and make another checks, everybody.
All right.
Pogo with a 15.
That puts him at a 23.
Ooh.
Theros jumps right up in there. That's going to put you
That's one
over
pie
30. Theros, I need a Constitution saving throw. That's one pie down. This thing's a little bit heavy. It's very, very heavy on like gravy meats. It is incredibly delicious, but this is very hard for your body to take in just all at once and like less than 12 seconds. You almost let it go. But thankfully you're able to kind of scarf it down, and you are ready. They start working on bringing you out another pie. Phelan, you rolled a. Oh, Phelan, clarifying, it's not a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
It is
it's
just a straight Constitution check. The saving throw comes when you finish eating a pie.
Oh, excellent. Okay then, I'll just roll that then. All right, there we go.
Straight con check. All right. So 17 plus 16, that'll also put you over 30. Now make a Constitution saving throw.
Very well. Okay.
All right, and you two are able to finish your first pie as they bring it out. Pogo's still working on finishing his first one, but he's trying valiantly. Go ahead and make another as the round 2 comes around. You got people who are starting to cheer you guys on, trying to hype you up. Pogo pushes over 30 on for his first pie. Go ahead and give me from Pogo a Constitution saving throw. Which I don't think. Did I give him proficiency in that? I don't think he's proficient. So I think that's just still another check. Yeah, that's just a straight Constitution check. And he rolled.
That was.
Oh no. Pogo is eliminated as he finishes this thing. He's like, "Oh, I can do it!" Just dumps the whole pie out, and there's screams from the pile of girls who were watching him because they unfortunately have a good angle at this. So it is now just Theros and Phelan as you guys are going.
Oh wow, that's pretty
Theros
good.
with a nat 20. Jeez.
Jesus.
You possibly had a shock of what Pogo does. You accidentally shove too much of it in. You're like, and you swallow a hefty portion of this thing very quickly. You're not sure you're supposed to be able to do that, but
This is
you
going
did
to
it nonetheless.
heartburn later. Pogo's
Phelan,
+1 would give him a 7.
15.
15. You're kind of trying to pace yourself. You're used to these forms, but not in such a delicate manner. And so you've managed to chomp down about half of this thing in one bite. Next round, go ahead and give me another set of Constitution checks.
All right. There we go. Oh boy.
2 pies down for
All
Sir
right.
Theros.
Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw from Sir Theros.
Come on, you digital dice.
All right. You're acclimating to this a little bit better. This kind of situation, you're able to get that down pretty easily. And you were able to hold that down. You feel like your body's adjusting to the speed of eating. All right. Next round, give me another con check.
All right. Con check. All right, there we go. That's more like it.
7.
Oh, Theros at a 7.
Yeah, this third pie's going down a little slower.
Yeah, you kind of take your second. You're kind of feeling that little bit of burn. You definitely did that a little bit too fast on that last one. Phelan, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you breeze through this. You barely even notice. It's like, oh, it's in my stomach. Okay, we're good. All right, right now you guys are neck and neck. Theros is just a little bit more into his third pie than Phelan. Go and give me another check.
All right.
17.
Mm-hmm. Theros, you're taking this a little bit easy. But as you glance over, you're able to see that Phelan in his Allosaurus form is catching up to you rapidly. He's able to take this thing so far in 2 bites per round. All right, another check.
All right. Gotta keep chugging. Oh
And
no.
with that sense of, oh crap, he's catching up to me, you shove the rest of the pie in your mouth. I need a Constitution saving throw from Theros.
Nope. Double 1s.
In an effort to get ahead, Theros, you realize too late, oh no, I overdid that. And you struggle, and just as Pogo does, you try and constrict your muscles, try and keep it down, kind of keep slamming your chest, your hand against your chest. No, stay down, in the name of Panthera, stay down. But sure,
Uh,
sure enough,
okay.
as you
Uh,
empty your stomach,
Sir Theros does get up from the table and like behind something, so because he's noble, he's got to save some face.
you you very politely stand straight up, straight back, and very straight backed walk over, walk behind one of the nearby tents. People are like, what is he doing? And then to people nearby, you can see, ah, as he empties his stomach. It is just you now, Phelan. Go and give me
Okay.
another con check.
Man,
All right.
I miss my real dice. I just for fun, I decided to roll my real dice. It was a natural 20.
Of course.
Oh
Oh
man.
yeah, no, you down this
Yep.
this third one.
Ray?
Go and give me a con save.
I was saying, were you saving the port and everything I gave you for the wrestling?
Mm-hmm.
On save or con check.
Con save. This is you finish the third pie and you're trying to keep it down.
23.
All right.
You are not inhibited at all. This is food. This is meaty goodness. This is what this form is for. You can absorb this stuff in your stomach. Go ahead and give me.
Well
I,
done.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
What is? I'm not watching this part. I'm trying to stay focused on what are we doing. Oh my
Uh,
god, that's freaking great.
love Sir Theros. That be put right on the
That's
fridge right
freaking
there.
great. That is amazing. Okay, so Constitution check. Because
Constitution
while
check.
you have beaten, you are the last of your friends to still be in this, but you still got to reach that five pie limit to be able to win the prize.
All right. Don't worry, guys. I'm carrying your hopes and dreams with me.
All right, another con check.
15.
Con save.
Oh, it's a con check. Sorry. That's Let me just do a con check. Con check. That's an 18, and we do a con save.
Oh, yeah, give me a con save.
That's an 11.
Ooh. Oh no. Oh no. Failing. You're failing.
Oh no.
as as you eat this next pie, you finish this off. You feel it swallowed down. Ooh. Oh no. What you forgot to account for is that your form is used to eating raw food. This is food that is cooked with seasoning, with gravies. This is not food that this form is made to do. And a large number of the people in the crowd make dexterity saving throws as you projectile vomit into the crowd.
Oh, that's not good.
As like an
Guys,
8-ton reptile.
yeah, as you because there are some things where it's like, yeah, no matter what, all your stomach muscles constrict and push all this pie out as there's just screams as people dodge out of the way of this. Um, thank you. I will take that inspiration. I promise not to use it for evil. Um, but you guys, you nevertheless, they're gonna shut this down for a little bit before they keep going with competitions. As at that site, every other competitor here unfortunately loses their lunch. Um, I will say, however, because you made a very valiant effort and you used your class in a very fun way, they are nevertheless going to give both you and Theros, because a noble Leonin, like, very being polite about his vomit, has definitely caught the crowd's attention. They're going to give both of you guys a rock and a hard place. Let's see, this is the right one? Yes. You guys both get a rock and a hard place potion, which is, on its side says, if you take a hit, you'll barely notice. Once consumed, you get a +1 to AC and +40 temporary hit points for
Oh boy.
1 hour.
What an amazing thing. I love it.
Wow.
Look at you go.
You should have
Allosaurus.
seen I was okay. Allosaurus. I was you say you should see the Leonin Barbarian that it did first because it's really terrifying. It's worse.
It's fantastic.
Great.
They gave him human arms at first and kept the lion head.
Oh my god. All right, but with that, you guys finish. You take a moment to drink some water, little bit of a recovery practice before you guys move on to the next thing. Gives that little bit of that uh, post throw up headache as you take a moment to kind of breathe. Um, but in the meantime, for Caspian.
Hello.
Caspian, you make your way down into this darker alley, looking for a sense of privacy. And as you do, you see a figure, a familiar figure, a uh, relatively handsome man with a little bit dusting of a beard, brown hair, and eyes are uh, that are bright blue, dressed in a gray uniform you realize is not that dissimilar to your own, as Marcus the Breath Stealer, leaning against the wall, watching you as you come around the corner. Well, glad we finally got a little bit of time alone.
Quite.
You look good. I mean, considering the last time we saw each other face to face, you killed me. Which I will say, the fire tornado is a neat trick. Very
Outside
interesting
of my
trick.
normal skill set, but it seemed necessary with the blatant murder of my kinsman.
Oh, everyone murders. You
I
think they haven't killed
agree.
people?
No, they've killed people a ton.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with that point. Everyone murders. But you murdered my kinsman. Tit for tat.
Nothing personal.
No,
And
it
I think
wasn't.
we're. I think I'd say we're pretty fair now. You killed me. They died. So, what's the
I do
plan?
have to say, usually when I kill somebody, they don't come visit me at a festival 2 weeks later.
Well, to be fair, I've never been killed before, so this is a rather new experience for me too. Which just begs the question, you know, what's the plan here?
Well, the way I see it, there's two courses of action. Either you and I can continue to go back and forth attempting to kill each other, being that I also am of the flavor of one who has died and come back. I'm going to beat my chest twice, and I'm going to say, so we can keep trying to kill each other back and forth until it sticks on one of us. Or
Mm-hmm.
we could go our separate ways.
You hear
I don't know
the
what it is about you that sets me off so much, or why it is that you can reach in my mind the way that I reach into others' minds, but I don't like it.
wait. You mean you don't know what's going on?
No.
But you're the one who killed me,
Yes.
and now I can't leave you. Like, trust me, I try to walk away, but I keep waking up right next to you. I don't think anyone else can see me, but
Ah.
you're telling me you're not doing this.
If I am, it's not on purpose.
Oh, here I was hoping you really liked me. I thought we could become great friends.
Well, as much as denying you eternal rest or whatever it is that waits on the other side of the veil might bring me some sort of sense of accomplishment, perhaps. If we're stuck together, then we're stuck together.
Hmm.
And I do believe that you have a lot of answers to questions that we've been trying to get. In fact, my friend has your head in a bag.
Yeah, I noticed that. Man, he really did a number on me. I had to keep looking at it the other day. Just really frickin' tore me up. But so what? So this isn't on purpose. Locke didn't tell you. Did Locke tell you to do this? Did Locke tell you to do something and you did this?
I've never spoken to a lock,
Oh,
though I would love the opportunity to.
I'd love to meet him so he can. I'd love to see him so he can explain what the fuck is going on.
What? So this isn't on purpose.
Also, why you exist? Why he made you? Why do you make another? Why do you
Why?
make another one?
Why would you say he made me?
Because that's what he does. He makes people who do the mind stuff. Though you seem to get a weird upgrade, though of course there's a bit of a downgrade. Actually, to be honest, the rock kind of works for me. I kind of like it, to be honest. Kind of got like a nice
I've
sort of
never
like.
met a lock, but I did find this rock. And when I did, it jammed itself into my face, all on its own. And after 7 days of listening to screaming and laughing and prayers and everything else under the sun, I was able to move and do these unnatural things. Move in between places and see monsters I've never dreamed of. I don't know who this Locke is, but the only figure that's given me any sort of power is the one that shows me what's going to happen in 6 seconds.
So wait a second. You're a natural scion, sort of. He didn't make you. He didn't upgrade you.
At the academy, they said that I had incredible reflexes. And in the days before the rock, I certainly thought that they were just incredible reflexes. That I could see someone's knees bend before they jump, see the way they twist their hips before they lunge. It was a little more than that, I'm starting to realize, once things have been augmented by this crystal.
Well, shit. Here I was thinking this whole time, Locke had sent you to keep an eye on me or to take me out or something, and you're saying you were just there by coincidence. Well, fuck it. Well,
I was sent because 8 members of the Imperium were murdered. No other reason.
yeah, whatever. All right. Well, I don't know what's going on. I thought you might know what's going on. I mean, I found this little part that I could fiddle with. You know, you got a lot of messed up stuff in there. It's a lot of twisting inside that head of yours. A lot of things. I think I found that place you were talking about with all the screaming and stuff. I don't go there. The heart thing's a little weird. I can feel that. But whatever happened, I guess we're roommates now. I can't leave you. I don't think you can get rid of me. So, he hops off the crate, walks towards you, and places his hands on your shoulders, like not like forward, like full on forearms, like almost like he's wrapping his arms around your neck, and you can feel the weight of his body. Let's be friends, shall we?
Okay. I think it's better that we work together than against each other. We can make each other incredibly miserable, or we can work together towards something.
Agreed. We can maybe work out some some details. Maybe come to an arrangement of some kind. You know, maybe every once in a while, maybe I could drive. You know, when you've come to trust me, of course. I'm not expecting you to trust me right now. Just saying, like every once in a while, maybe 5 minutes.
Sure, Johnny.
And we're back to the festival.
I love it.
um, for those of you who are still at the festival, you've taken some time, you've drunk some water, you've been able to kind of recover yourselves a little bit. There are still some games that yet remain. The time is getting closer. You know to when the exhibition for the grappling pit between Todd and Tater is to be uh, is to be had. But there are yet some games if you guys wish to try and seek those out and maybe win some more of these potion prizes or however you guys wish to proceed.
Certeros wants to do the grappling, so he'll sit and try and digest those 3 pies.
There is yet remaining games. Some of the big games that you guys haven't checked out is Liars and Seeks and Dances of Lures.
As soon as like Phelan like stands up, he's worried if he shifts back to his regular form, all that he's just gonna feel like really weird when he stands back up. So he's just sort of sitting there in this Allosaurus form, just sort of laying down, just catching his breath.
As you're just kind of laying there, some of the kids of this place seem to think that you're a fake dinosaur that has been built and placed here. And as you're sort of sitting there and digesting, you feel like small hands coming up to you, some people patting you. You feel kids starting to climb up on top of you and play on you. It's nothing because of your sheer size and the thickness of your hide. It's nothing like disturbing to you, but it is something that is happening as you are played on by the various children.
I just sort of sit there and I'm afraid to move. I'm afraid I'll afraid I'll just like kind of bump them or push them over. So I just sort of sit there and I just sort of like glance at them.
And the rest of you see this as well as these kids are all just climbing all over Phelan. Pogo is also nearby, still kind of a little bit tense, but he's downing water, and the elven kids are with him as well. Bullwin looks a little bit kind of like looking at him, kind of almost like smiling, grinning, like you got what you deserved. While Lammy is trying to pat him on the back, help him feel better. But regardless, it is. What would you guys like to do?
As soon as Phelan gets his second wind, he's want to go over to the game you just mentioned, Liars and Thieves.
All right, liars and seeks.
Oh, Seeks. Okay,
Yep.
Liars and Seeks.
As you go over, um, sorry, I'm reviewing this.
Oh, I love that art
That
you
is
posted.
not what I wrote. Hold on. Oh no, that is what I wrote. Okay, I'm seeing it now. Okay, so as you approach this area, this appears to be a game area that has a couple of tables and things that are set up. People are almost looks like people are playing cards, but as you approach, they seem to be conversing more. As it appears, two people will sit down at a table. One will be a liar, and the other one will be a seek. The seeker takes one card and they place it face up. They blindly pick one card from the liar's hand, ask if it is higher or lower than what they have, and the liar's answer. Um, Mechanically, what this works out to is it's an insight versus a deception check. Um, Obviously, this thing is more fun if it is played in person. How this would work mechanically over stream is the liars and the seeks. The liar or the seek rolls a d6. The liar rolls a d6. The seeker tells them what their value is, and then they ask if the liar's value is higher or lower. And then the liar either lies or tells the truth. And then we make rolls from there. If you want, what we also can just straight up do is just roll off if we want to keep it as simple as possible.
Okay. I'm fine either way. What say you guys? You guys joining?
As a side note to anyone who is watching, this actually entire thing is part of a one-shot that I got from a book called The Game Master's Book of Random Encounters. I've made some modifications to it, but it's actually not that bad of a one-shot. It's pretty fun actually.
So far, it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. But there is a man who is running this. He's an older gentleman, a half-elf, by the name of Alwyn Tanash. And you come to find out that this is actually Trina's grandfather. He is the town's most deceptive truth-sayer.
I want to join.
Do you guys wish to play against each other, or do you guys wish to play against Alwyn?
Do we have Alwyn play with us?
It's a two-person game.
It's a two-person game. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I want to go against
All right.
Alwyn. I'm going to drink the potion, then go against Alwyn, though.
Okay.
Well, so this is insight and deception.
Yeah, but it still gives you a
that's
plus
right.
5 to your modifier, though.
That's true. Hold on, am I missing information on this? Hold on. Sorry, one sec. Of course, we get to the one part of this thing that I haven't properly written out. Where are my notes? Notes. This is why PDFs should be more of a thing.
Lots of digital books saves me so much paper.
RP amongst yourselves.
It's like, okay.
I haven't even seen where Saren went.
Saren?
I saw him talk to a small child and then went away into an alley somewhere.
There's a small child nearby with 2 ice cream cones who is still just glaring at you guys, watching you guys.
I expected more comments about the Freedlands and whatnot and our sense of fun or some insult somewhere, and it's very I don't know.
Okay.
You figured this game you are all about to play after these few people are done would have been right up his alley.
I know.
If it's this kind of game, we should definitely have him play afterwards.
Yes. I would love to see you two do it. And he points to Sienna. It's like, you two would be hilarious.
See? But he's not here.
Maybe after this, we can go find him and we can bring him back here. I'm sure you'll love this game.
I'm sure.
I could always bend fate to make him walk and show up this way. I whisper to them if we really want him to show up this way.
If he's probably off doing something imperial.
In the Freedlands?
You know him, he'll find it.
But I would say at this time, Saren, you do return to the festival. You are able to find your group. As he's walking up, you guys notice he seems a little bit lopsided. Saren, Marcus is walking up with you, arm around your shoulder. You still feel that weight, but no one seems to be giving too much of a glance towards him.
Soteros will see him and look at him and go, "Speak of the devil." And just look at him for a second and then just move on.
All right.
There we go. I found you. Hello.
Welcome back, Sir Caspian. This is a game right up your alley. you draw cards and you have to figure out which one's telling the truth and which one's lying. I figure you and Sienna would be quite entertaining.
Oh, I would love to see that.
I'm not even have you guys roll. I might just have if it's John versus Rose, I might just have you guys do this for real.
She was standing. She was standing right there where that pixie is fluttering about. Where did she go? I tell you, one of you shows up, the other one disappears.
All right. Well, regardless, if you guys wish to, sorry, you're about to say something, John.
She said that she ran to the bathroom very quickly, but she'll be right back.
Okay.
Felon, do you wish to challenge me while we wait for the professionals?
Sure. I want to see if I can get a test run. I want to see if I understand this game correctly.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So for this, John, how do they go about whispering to the GM?
/GMW works, or
Okay.
I can make a whisper button real quick. Maybe.
To GMW one thing?
Yeah.
All right. So whoever chooses to be the liar, I'm going to ask you to whisper your role to me. How this will work is you will roll if you guys want to do the actual game, or do you guys want to do the actual game, or do you guys want to just roll off against each other?
Just try the actual game the best we can.
Okay. So you guys will roll a d6.
Roll will be the best one. If you want, y'all could just the initiative only goes to the GM. You could just use the initiative button when you press a token,
That actually is great. That is a great idea, John.
and it's based off of their initiative bonus. But you could always hover over it and take that off, or allow it to be dex based. It's up to you.
Okay.
Actually, hold on. I can do it this way. 1 second.
Oh yeah, I just toggled on a whisper roll to GM, so we can do that. I gotta say, I love this music.
That was great. That was perfect.
There, I made a new macro called Game Roll. You should be able to see it when you click on any token.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, sweet.
Yep, and that is
All it does is
whispered to me.
all it does is whisper a D20 roll to the game master
Okay.
with a single press of a button.
That'll work.
Look at them macros are flying.
That is great. Those watching, John has done a tremendous amount of coding and stuff on this, to the point where he has mildly driven his wife mad. Uh, though that might have just be because you guys are married. I don't know. But you will see a lot of that in our upcoming Odyssey of the Dragonlords game. Done so much work on it. It looks so freaking awesome. But with that, all right. Let's give this a shot then. Let's see how this rolls. First, one of you guys needs to choose to be the liar. The other one needs to choose to be the seeker. You guys can choose those roles, or I can choose it for you.
It's kind of.
I'll do the liar.
You'll be a liar? Ooh. All right.
As
Now.
Sir Taro sits down, he just happens to be finishing a quick drink. Pops his potion.
All right. Now that's that's the sage wisdom one.
Uh-huh.
All right. Yeah. So that's a +5 to all of your wisdom modifiers. What is your normal insight?
It would be plus it would be a +7 now.
Okay. There's is +7. Phelan, what is your modifier to deception checks?
A 1.
And I get
Okay.
advantage on insight checks now too. So
Okay. As you guys do this, I need our seeker, who is Theros. Go ahead and roll a d6, and this one can be open or closed either way. Phelan, I think I need you to roll a d6 as well, but if you can, just whisper that to me because that one needs to be concealed.
Right, sweet. Let's see. Perfect.
So Theros places
Okay.
down a 4.
Oh, that's not the right one.
Phelan cheats and uses a different deck.
I. All right. What was the command through whisper to the DM real quick? What was the command? Sorry.
It is /GM roll. One word. GMROLL.
Fantastic. All right, I'll memorize that. There we go.
Okay. So, as this begins, Theros, you ask him if it is higher or lower.
is your
If his
card
result is
higher?
Yes.
Insight check.
okay, go ahead and make an insight check. Phelan, you can choose to either make this a persuasion check or a deception check, depending upon how you responded.
Remember,
Okay.
it is a +7, and I get advantage. So I'll 2 rolls.
There we go.
Okay, there is that. I think he might have done the wrong one, Phelan, but he said that it was
Higher.
higher.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Uh, you get the sense that that's definitely not true.
Alan, you're lying to me.
Am I?
Yes.
Yeah, you rolled a 3. He rolled a 4.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ah.
you also rolled a d4. Okay. I should have made this. We'll go ahead and just make this a roll off. I did not think this through enough. So, Theros, you win this first round because you definitely outdid him on your insight. Guys, go ahead and roll again as a second round. For the second round, though, you guys actually switch roles.
Okay.
It's the best out of 3, but you guys have switched roles each round. I forgot to mention that. So Phelan is now the insider. Theros is now the deceiver.
Okay.
And you guys don't need to do the roll of GM. You guys can go ahead and make an open roll.
Okay.
Oh, we're just going to make this a roll off to make this quick and easy. All right. Theros got a 14. Let's get a insight check from Phelan.
All right. Here goes nothing.
Phelan takes this round. So you guys got 1-1. It is best of 3. One more round. Theros is back to being the deceiver. Phelan, you were Phelan is back to being the deceiver. Theros, you were back to being insider.
All right. So I'm
Go
going to
give me-
roll persuasion as my insight check, just because it has the right addition to the roll.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Okay, so it's a 16 from Theros as his insight check. Phelan, give me a deception check.
All right.
Theros takes it. Theros wins this game. As you guys spend a good chunk of time going back and forth with these cards, watching each other for ticks, trying to be conscious of your own gives. And it's a fun, very simple game that would be really probably fun to play in person, but I didn't think this through enough. But regardless, for being able to beat your friend, Theros, you get to choice between either getting a Sage Wisdom potion or a Fiery Charisma potion.
Charisma.
Okay, so you take a Fiery Charisma potion. As a reminder, Fiery Charisma, the gift of gab and a delightful spicy syrup. +5 to Charisma modifier and advantage on Persuasion for 1 hour.
An advantage on persuasion.
Persuasion for 1 hour.
I posted it in the treasure and loot page, Ray.
Yeah, it should be in there.
I'm
I'll post.
I'm just writing in my loot.
All right. With that, did anyone wish to challenge Alwyn? I know, Sienna, you were saying you wanted to try and challenge him.
I wanted to challenge Saren if he was here.
Oh, Saren.
Yeah.
I'll take the challenge.
Okay. Who goes first? Who's going to be the first seeker, and who's going to be the first deceiver?
I'll lie.
I would say Saren picked lie, actually, which was kind of surprising to me.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do this. Go ahead and give me, Saren, go ahead and give me a deception. Sienna, go ahead and give me an insight as you guys sit down at this other table.
Just open roll it.
Yeah, go ahead and open roll it. I should have taken some time to think this out a little bit more, and probably taken some time to touch base with you maybe about getting this programmed. Does your +7 apply to this?
It does.
Okay, so that is
Because
a...
I use intelligence for deception checks, and I get to add that PT dice to all intelligence checks.
There we go. All right, so that is a 20 versus a 15. Because I think that +4 is just from the general guidance one, right?
No, that's a PT dice as well for mine.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a 19 versus 20. That's close. But Caspian's able to get the edge on you in this first round.
And your
First
dice
goes
shrinks.
Caspian.
It sure does. I know. I was gonna say it sure does.
Round 2, Sienna. It is now your deception versus Caspian's insight.
I do have the +5 on top of my regular deception too.
Yep.
So it's a 23.
He rolled a 9.
He just determines that you roll. Actually, I think 9 would boost it.
So I had 10.
Oh, man.
That's it. Because that's an 8 plus 3. So.
Fine, then I add 9 to mine with the future insight.
Okay.
That's a 31.
Have him re-roll. Can I have him re-roll it?
I think, yeah
you could.
I'm gonna have him re-roll it as a fate point that I got from Theros rolling a nat 20 earlier.
Go for it.
So 14 plus 18.
He's got you here. It's like it's like he's cheating almost.
Because he is.
So are you.
It's like he.
You started it.
You guys actually erupted into this mild
Yeah,
argument.
I imagine
Cheating,
so.
aren't you?
You. Imagine so. Every time we end up in an argument, it's always like, you started it.
You plucked the strings of fate, but I knew you were going to do it.
Yes, that you saw it coming.
So I changed the course of the fate you were going to pick.
Didn't think that far ahead.
All right. That is 2 to
Well,
Saren. That is 2 out of 3, unless you guys wanted to go for a third one. If you guys want. Oh.
This one's in the bag for you.
There you go. You get 1 on him, Sienna.
Yeah, but I feel like he did it on purpose.
Nevertheless, Saren, you win. You get an option of either a Sage Wisdom Potion or a Fiery Charisma Potion as they offer this to you.
I take the fiery charisma potion and I give it to Sienna. Something to help you with those glaring character flaws, my dear.
You don't think my personality's fiery enough as it is? Mr. Fiery Tornado Man?
You really are obsessed.
See, Feren, I
Oh,
told you
how could
it
you
was
not
going to
be?
be good.
Words of fire. Words of fire.
with that said, an announcement spreads covers the entire festival. Ladies and gentlemen, that time is here. It's time for that exhibition match between Todd, our reigning champion, and Tater the Spud. Come on over to the grappling ring, and we can watch this exuberant and totally platonic exchange of wrestling between these two masculine figures. And oh my god, what's that? As you guys start hearing screaming coming from the direction of the grappler pit, people begin to pile out of the tent where this pit is at, and screaming, encouraging, and a very very loud, almost roar begins to emanate from this tent, and that is where we're going to call the session for tonight.
Cliffhanger!
Well, I guess it will
Oh,
be a
wow.
fiery tornado then.
With that said, I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank my players for playing and participating in these games, and for having this just fun RP night. But what exactly is going on? We'll find out come next week, maybe. Hopefully. I mean, you guys might all just decide, you know what, we're just going to leave. But that is up to my players' decision. It is their fables that are being written, and I want to thank you all for joining us for this evening. With that said, stay safe and have a good night.
Bye, everyone.